say Fitzgerald, and when you're at Inch, you'd say Hards.
Yeah.
Although they...
who are now back again with Robinvale now, with both boys back. Yep.
Yeah, they weren't too bad yesterday.
Or Cirillo. Yep. Or...
Three Cirillos yesterday.
Three Cirillos. And then that...
What's happening?
What was that number 49 for South again, Damo? Thomas.
Yeah, can't remember. Fiorillo, wasn't it? That was when Pirate nailed in one go.
Fiorillo.
We're going to take a break on that.
That'll do.
Comes up in our class in English. We'll be back here at Brightway Open Oval shortly.
This is the Gateway Mildura SFNL 2025 season on River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Save up to 50% off at the Glory Box Autumn Sale. Save 10% on occasional, 15% off Lazy Boy, 20% off bedroom suites, dining and lounges, 50% off all mattresses. See Antonella and the team today at the Glory Box Autumn Sale.
Good Deal Tyres and Batteries has every tyre for every wheel. Cars, tractors, even wheelbarrows and golf carts. For tyres, rims and batteries, talk to the family-run team with over 35 years in business. The Good Deal team has an entire history of locals and across Mildura and Sunraysia. They'll even handle your battery testing in store. Get into Good Deal Tyres and Batteries, Benetook Avenue, or roll on over to gooddealtyres.com.au.
At Drummond Golf, we understand your passion.
Nice roll.
And that's because every Drummond Golf store is owned and run by a local who loves the game as much as you do.
Yeah, it's come off the face really well.
Someone who knows where you play and what you need.
Oh yeah, looking good.
With Australia's biggest range and expert knowledge.
Great. Now let's try that putter with this grip.
So if you want to improve your game, see a local expert at Drummond Golf.
My name is Tiana and I'm so excited to tell you that Dance for Sick Kids is back this May. Join me and raise money to support families of sick kids like mine who need Ronald McDonald's. It's loads of fun. Visit danceforsickkids.com today.
Lights, camera, action!
Orson Welles saw cinema as a ribbon of dream. Alfred Hitchcock thought cinema was not a slice of life, but a piece of cake. And for Audrey Hepburn, everything she learned from the movies. At Wallace Cinemas, we want you to make your own memories. See movies how they should be seen. All on the big screen at Wallace. New releases, classics, events, popcorn, chop tops, and more. Wallace Cinema Mildura, the home of big screen magic and entertainment. Visit wallace.com.au.
Hop into the Gateway this Easter for your chance to win a Feaster hamper packed with Easter treats, plus 2 $100 Gateway gift cards. Simply make any purchase before Easter Monday to go in the draw. Don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals. Update your tech with super savings in-store and online. Save $200 on HP 15-inch Intel i5 laptop, now $898. Save a huge $400 on Lenovo IdeaPad Copilot Plus PC with Snapdragon processor, just $1,298. Save $350 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now only $887. And save $70 on JBL Live headphones, now just $178. Be quick, Easter Super Deals ends Monday. Harvey Norman, best range, best brands, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
For the Gateway Mildura, the home of live sport on the big screen. The G, the place to be. Live SFNL football. River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Welcome back live to Brightway Open Oval. We're not too far away from the start of the senior match between the Mildura Football Netball Club and the Robinvale Euston Football Netball Club for round 2. On what is a warm afternoon, but this cloud cover might just come in and save us, Lou, I reckon.
I was out before. My niece Mia was only playing in the netball under 12. She's now qualified for 11s, but the sun had a bit of bite in it then, but then that extra bit of cloud cover probably cut off a good 7 degrees. So if that can stick around today, I think the players will have a bit more juice left in the last quarter than, sadly, what especially Orimple in that last quarter did yesterday when there was no relief at all from the sun.
It was a pretty warm day yesterday. Hot, windy, warm day. That was played at a pretty frenetic pace the first half too. Like Orimple weren't just mucking around; they were at full steam for the first half, and Yeah, that was a strange game of football, but I'm looking forward to today. I reckon it should be a good contest. It's going to be good to see how Mildura recruits go, and the ones Robinvale have got as well. It's as simple as that, really.
Oh, exactly right. Pretty evenly matched all across the ground. But the one thing that always warms my heart whenever we do a Robinvale Euston game is when I see Pirate just walk on over and go and see his old mate, Nicky Foster. And how's Nick going, Pirate?
Yeah, well, he's full of beans today. He's up and about, happy.
Like
I'm not sure what sort of medications he's on this week, but he's up and about. The boys in there are dialing up. They got the iHeart Radio apps going. I think it was all their kids that set it up for them because they're a bit older. Know anything about apps and iPhones and stuff, but yeah, so hopefully they can dial in and have a bit of a listen. And of course, if you can't get to the footy, you can have a bit of a listen and a look too at the Gateway, can't you, Damo?
Always.
Louis, sorry.
The G, the place to be. Yep.
You can. Yeah, you can. If you're sitting at home in your lounge chair, you can tune into YouTube, catch us on iHeart, or tune in to River 1467. We're coming to you live from Brian Open Oval in the Hepworth Centre. So, depending on medication we're on this week, Pirate. I can't believe it.
I'm sure it's Panadol Rapid. Yeah. It's okay. It's legal.
They're all mates of mine in there, so that doesn't matter.
Rapid.
Righto, who's our umpire sponsor? I've forgotten.
Professionals, real estate.
That's it. 75 years, I think, isn't it, Louis?
And going strong, yep.
So it's Brewell, Bruin and Menudo.
That's 2 weeks in a row now that Robinvale Euston's copped their favourite umpire, Mick Brewell. Of course, the man who gave the yellow card to Juzz O'Neill last week for the sling tackle on Sam Brinsmead.
Is he the man that's umpired over 1,000 games?
He has. Got that milestone last year, midway through.
Yeah, well, there's been 2 of them here, hasn't it?
Missed Opie was the other one, yep.
Fabulous Phil and Mick Brewell. So
amazing effort, really.
Well, it is. It's unbelievable.
Massive, yeah.
So let's hope we don't see them again. We say it every week, but the less we see of the umpires, the better, because if we don't see them, it generally means they're doing a pretty good job. So I'm in charge of coin toss.
All things to Battery
I'm not going to say, I'm turning this off and I'm going to concentrate, because you're shocking at it, Damo, and I'm not much better.
Gee. All for Battery World, thanks to Darren and the team out there on 15th Street. Remember, they are open Christmas morning too, Lou, for all your AA batteries, for your kids' toys and...
Magic. Absolute magic. I'm not sure it was under your tree, Damo, but anyway.
Not that, I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
I just get the old county seats, that's my go.
What do you got to say for that, Phil? Welcome to River 1467, mate.
Yeah, no, there's a bit happening here, actually. I'll get up, though.
Yeah, well, actually, this is a rare for us. All 4 of us have got our eyes set right on the centre circle. Wait for this coin toss. That's
I haven't.
now behind. Your sack, apparently. Anyway.
I'm not watching it. No.
And they still haven't gotten ready. So now we're ready and we're waiting for half an hour. But anyway, in terms of tips, so, Damien, you're saying you'll stick with Mildura?
Yeah, they look really good on paper. Blue. And I liked them more last year. The D's, they were just decimated with injuries. And the year before, they probably caught Robinvale in that final the wrong week. So
yeah, and then the one game they couldn't afford to have Mitch Rodson out when they took on the Red Hot Orimple in the prelim here as well, and they got blown off the park. But what do you reckon, Phil?
Oh, I'll probably go with Mildura, I think.
Mildura?
I think there's a good bit of size and strength around the ball. They should sort of get first use of it quite a bit. And I think as long as they can run the game out okay in this heat, yeah, they should be thereabouts at the end.
Yeah, Pirate, fence looking good again today, or you going to slay one way?
No, hang it on me about the fence, but at the end of the day, I was closer than you two.
You were definitely. Yeah,
I'll go Mildura as well. Home deck, I know they're fit. Rojo's jumping out of his skin, so is Sam. The big fella Lee will have an influence. They look pretty good all round. They're not giants, but they're very. I can tell you that they're very fit. Of course, having the 2 AFL boys doesn't hurt. Mark on the bench coaching and Sam out there directing from the field. They got a few leaders out there as well. There's blokes put their hand up all the time. So yeah, I'll stick with Mildura as well.
Yep, and I'll make it a clean sweep as well. I mean, look, I really want to see Robinvale Euston do well, and hopefully for their sake get the chocolates. And look, it's a big battle between Magro at one end and of course Pegarara at the other. I just think that losing Juzz O'Neill in the 1 week you can't afford to lose Juzzo is this week when you've got Big John O'Leary to contend with. As much as Leon Johnson's a great in though to help try and stretch him around the ground, like Eddie Wakalevu as well. He's only going from strength to strength now as he builds more senior experience. Of course, the 2023 Holcroft medalist. But Colby Mannix is a big out. He was looking to play and then pulled up lame at training on Thursday night, bit of a hamstring tightness and a calf issue, and said, look, if I'm not at 100%, then I'm going to be a liability. So he's pulled out, which just makes me think that that back line might have a little bit more stress to contend with Pecoraro up there than what Mildura's will with Magro, and that's why I'm going to go with Mildura. And here we go. Coin toss is just about to be done. Captain's coming into the middle. Mitch Rogerson for Mildura. James Zappia for Robinvale Euston.
So you're taking over there, are you?
It's all yours now, Pirate.
Righto. No, well,
I'm segueing you.
No, you keep looking too, Louis.
Oh, look, but you got the call.
Rojo won, and he'll kick to the Eddie Wander Avenue end. There you go.
Perfectly done for Battery World, don't I?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it, because I wouldn't have looked.
Teamwork makes the dream work, mate. And the band is back together.
Having said all that about the Mildura team, Robinvale always show great pride in their jumper, so...
That's true, but in recent meetings where the home side's always had the advantage, so when they've played at John James Oval, Robinvale Euston have got the chocolates, but here at Brian Waitman, Mildura has had the wood on Robinvale Euston the last few years. Whether that means anything, normally it doesn't, but it can play into the psyche a little bit.
Louis, I had to look twice when I was looking at Pay HQ to realise that Big Justo wasn't in the side.
No.
Gee, that's a rarity,
2
isn't
weeks.
it? Over the stretch of the last century that he hasn't been in a side, a Robinvale side, the old warhorse.
Yeah, and not due to injury this time. It's the first time in his, 258 game career, suspension.
For rough conduct, didn't he?
Yeah, sling tackle. Mickey Brewer right in the spot, gave him a yellow card straight up. He told both camps, Murby and Robinvale Euston, zero tolerance on slings straight away. I'm going to card you, and he did. He was the only one that got carded that day. 2 weeks and then accepted the early guilty plea and takes the one.
Oh, so a yellow, I would have thought it'd be a red card if that was the go.
Yeah, well, I think because Sam Brinsby got up and took his kick, that probably saved it. But Brewer was adamant that he was going to be ruthless with the sling and go above and beyond what probably the penalty, in my opinion, should have been, which I reckon was no more than the free kick, maybe 50. But anyway, he's umpiring, I'm not, so...
And of course, Liparado went for 4 weeks with the early plea down to 3.
He could never escape that, no matter which player he took down. Unfortunately, Will Hemming was the man, and 4 down to 3 with the early guilty plea, which now takes him to 7 overall in his career after the Rogerson hit a couple of years ago. Sadly, almost halfway to deregistration. So I think it's still 16 weeks, and then that's curtains. I've
never understood, not just that case, but I've never understood any report in football where you can plead guilty and because of the early plea get a week off.
Yeah, AFL brought it in 20 years ago, which is because they decided, we're going to take the pressure off the tribunal, which that themselves only came in 98 because it used to go through the bloody court system way back when. And I think the Greg Williams case in 97 threw that out of the road and caused the issue. But anyway, the old, if you say you're guilty, you confess to it, 25% off discount.
Well, it's what happens in the courts as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you plead guilty,
lighter sentence, yeah.
Well, plead guilty and go home, basically, these days.
Yeah. But, in Ricardo's case, sadly, that was right in the middle of the division. There was no way he was getting out of that one, sadly. So he'll spend a few weeks on the sidelines and miss out on his 50th game. It would have been today if he had to play. But speaking of 50, there is Elijah Brown. It looks like it's his 50th today. So congratulations to him.
Another year older. We'll see if he's improved again.
And it is Lee versus Leon Johnson. We're about to start here at the Brian Waitman Oval. The umpire looks like the portly figure of Jason Bruin. Throws it up.
Wonder how much port's in his system. Wink, wink. But anyway, Mildura, thanks to John O'Lee back in that middle, get the early clearance. Goss towards Kerridge. And he comes out towards the interchange gates. That one missed, though, by Dew, one of the new recruits for Mildura. In comes the son of a gun there, son of the co-coach, and Julian Utica. Early handball helps create a little bit of territory into Joseph Mezzatesta. Back to Utica once again. Good touch from him early. Straight to the main man, Magro. Spills through his hands. Still a live ball here, and they force it forward. It's Matteo. And off the left, just tumbles through for one behind. But that's a great sign for Robinvale Euston early. Good attack on the football, especially by Julian Utica.
And Magro, straight through his hands, first up. Wasn't expecting that. So Mildura bring it back out, looking for Lee at centre-half forward. He's given away a free kick, I think, for a push. That's right. It's going to go to Leon Johnson. He's looking to handball, and he does. Gets it out to Joe Mezzatesta. He pumps it back in. A lot of Mildura players there, and it's a good mark out the back by Jesse Gorman.
Was a good grab, Pirate.
He goes outside, looks for Tyler Martin and pings him. Gets Tyler Martin. Dew again, who's been prominent in the first minute and a half. Of course, we've got no time clock here, so we'll have to rely on our man Bulzomi for that. Elijah Brown, an early touch, kicks it down the wing, misses his target. Carriage with a big fend off. Then a long ball forward, looking for Max Keel. They fly. The 3 fell over. There's one Mildura bloke out the back, and it is Keel. He gets it now, gets smashed into the ground. That's going to be a free kick for too high.
Kick 3 last week, Max Keel,
yeah,
too.
He's a highly rated player at Mildura, highly rated young fella, and they've got some good youngs too, Mildura. So Keel, he's only about 30 metres out. He's directly in front, and the conditions are just about perfect.
Yep, you said Damo 3 on debut last week. Certainly loves the goals. 72 combined in 16s and 18s last year, Pirate. A lot of excitement around this young man.
Oh, they've got I've said it 6 times now. They've got some really good kids. Good
They've
program.
had a great system for 20 years.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Keel, straight in front, and has a ping and he misses. It's actually a pretty bad miss.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the head down too. Come on, mate, you'll be all right. You'll get plenty of chances, but you've got to kick him from there. A bit of relief for the Eagles.
That was his debut last week, Pirate, I take it?
Yes.
Senior level,
senior debut. Yep.
The ball comes out to Antonio Mezzatesta. What's his nickname, Louis?
He's now the gluten-free meatball. 12 kilos lighter. He's looking.
He still looks like a meatball to me.
He does, but the plant-based version.
I'm not calling him. I'm not going on with that gluten-free meatball. So
I got the approval from the captain James Appy early when I told him I'd run with it, and he chuckled. So
throw in right in front of us. Lee's got front position. The athletic big man Leon Johnson out the back for. Robinvale, puts a tackle on. Too high again.
Brewell.
No, that wasn't too high.
Oh.
Not from where we were sitting.
Borderline.
Brody Jones with a free kick.
He's a gun youngster. Brody Jones. Geez, they've got flash boots, these blokes. Not his best kick, and I reckon it's gone to Turner.
Yeah, filled the hole nicely.
Looks like he's been to Slarian again, Brody Jones. The tan on him. Maybe up north as well. Out there at the scoreboard side, 11th Street side. It's well done from Zach Leslie. One-on-one contest. That's a good mark to Robinvale. Not sure who that is from here, Pirate. No, they've got a free kick.
It's gone out on the full.
It's gone out the full. Yeah, well, had to be close. So Mildura now with the football out on the 11th Street side of Brian went over. Good, big pack. And a good mark against John O'Lee. He's 2, Pirate. He's gone in. Oh, that could have been a free kick. Ball's on the ground. It's pretty scrambly at the moment.
I don't think you'll see John O'Lee taking many marks in the forward. That's not his role. He's a kick behind the play boy.
Who was that, Pirate?
I reckon it was the new bloke, wasn't it? What's his name? Pecoraro.
Pecoraro, yeah, you could be right
23,
too.
Yep.
Out by hand for the Eagles.
Here's a chance. Here's a real good chance for Josh Goss. He's good enough. Pokey ball into the pocket, misses his target.
Zach DeRosa over the
well done, Robinvale there to force it over the line for a throw-in.
Gluten-free meatball with a good tackle there, and just checking to see how Pecoraro moving around.
Anthony Mezzatesta involved too for the Eagles.
Yep.
Well, Pecoraro will be in the square, won't he? You'd think.
He got a bit of height about him too, Pirate.
Yeah, I've watched a few highlights of him on the YouTube, and he seems to go all right. So a bit of a stalemate in the forward pocket from Mildura. Now handball inside, looking for Brown, didn't get him.
Oh, well on camera there.
Well done by Mensch too with his first touch for Robinvale. Nice kick out wide. Ball goes back in. This looks like Mick Zapier with a bit of a chance. Going to go. They've fallen over a bit much at the moment. Lando a chance from Mildura. He handballs it back. That's not too bad, but couldn't take possession. The Demons. Now it's in the centre of the ground. Still a point each.
That big guy up forward is Dane Gray.
So they've got to really tighten up in the back there, Robinvale Euston. That's another reason why Colby Mannix withdrawal is hurting.
So that was a good mark out there to Grace on the half-forward line. So Mildura get it again inside to Brodie Jones. Jono Lee's clear. He went straight on the cricket pitch, went straight through his legs out the back, and he had Kerridge there all ready to go in front of him. So a bit stiff there. This is Utica again. Julian. It's out on the wing there. Tyler Martin with a chance. Handball inside. Tried to get it to Kerridge, who was free but couldn't. Now he'll try again. Kerridge gets it this time. Immediately tackled. They're all over Kerridge like a rash. We'll get another bounce in the centre of the ground again.
So Lee taking front position on Johnson. Got the tap down, but didn't have a teammate initially, but they force a turnover once again. Mildura. Kerridge now slips onto the right boot, traditionally. Lando claims the mark, but he wasn't the first to touch it. Well, if it had been Ollie Dempsey, he'd gather around, and then I think he would have got paid. Anyway, not here, as we get a ball up 45 from the Eddie Wanda Avenue end with Mildura kicking.
Wishful thinking there, Lou. He claimed he never took it.
He was 3 deep on that one. 2 sets of Robinvale Euston hands and still tried to claim it anyway.
Johnson there for the back with the backhand.
Yep, he almost went third man up there too, which would have been a free kick, but Johnson got the hit out just before it as gluten-free meatball gets back in there as a tester.
New number on too.
37.
37.
So is his brother Joseph, 23 from 39 last year. And Joseph Matteo goes from 40 to his favourite 11. And I'm loving the new top. Then got bumped off it at the last minute, and Mildura clear away to the interchange wing, but to a 2-on-1 here. Utica got the shepherd from Gill. Well played, Ethan. And a short ball in to Dion Camera.
You don't call that too often, Louis, do you? Gets the shepherd.
From Gill,
Well, not just Gill. It's a lost start all around the joint.
Yeah, true.
Once again, Josh Goss done really well there with a 1-2. Not the greatest kick, but it found the target.
Dean, 1-on-1 here. Mildura's got Josh Goss, and he's a good player. Josh Goss versus who's that? Anthony Mezzatesta. Well done, Anthony.
Might have been Keel, I think, on that occasion.
Well, Anthony Mezzatesta, lucky not to give away a free kick there.
Yeah. So one behind, rushed again for Mildura. It's their second overall. 2, 3, 15 the total score. Mildura a scoreboard. Robinvale Euston 2 behind still. Shaw kicks around. Waddy now has it inside defensive 50 and he finds Mensch.
Back to Waddy.
We had 43 touches last week. Waddy himself just over 30. They get another 2 involved there. But to a 2-on-1 Mildura's way. Turnover here in the middle. Mrs. Lahu. James Zappia onto it. And now inboard. It's Meatball Mezzatesta, who is looking absolutely sharp. 12 kilos lighter. Almost now matching his brother Joseph for weight as Matteo can't get around Jesse Gosman. Well played by the number 14 for the Demons.
Josh Dean with a good mark in front of Braden Turner, in front of the coach's box. Grandstand side, Brian Waving over. He's going to go inboard, Josh Dean.
Yeah, you know why? Because Keel led up.
Absolutely.
Is it Keel? Well, anyway, Slater, perhaps, they lead towards the ball, Mildura, which is a good thing. That's a bit of a floater. In fact, it's a horrible ball, heads into the pocket, and it's going to be over about 30, probably 30 metres around from the Mildura goal. Game started all right, boys.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Full shore, Pirate.
Good
Conditions are pretty good, though.
Yep. A bit more cloud cover, as we mentioned, which is probably helping with the energy levels. So Gill from the back, straight into Antonio Mezzatesta, rode the tackle from Zach DeRosa, and we'll get a ball up. Of course, his brother Will, still registered, but not playing today. Actually, not registered at the moment, but he did play up. He's another one that went up to the Northern Territory, Phil, over the off-season. We'll see whether or not he does resume duties for the Demons later on, but his brother Zach out there today. As we see another scramble and a ball up. Brady Jones, you talk about that great Tanner, his Damo. Well, he's had a lot of time to work on it. He hasn't played senior footy since round 11 last year at this level. No.
Don't come to think you're right. Blue, he hasn't.
Yeah.
But he's a class act.
So in the trenches there, that was well done by Dew into Lahu. And he puts boot to ball, but misses everything, including Pecoraro. Well, not quite everything. He just snuck it in for a behind.
Been impressive, Brendan Dew from Mildura so far. Out of the Barossa districts, he came here with a big rap. I stood to Mark Elvey, he was at launch, so expected a big season from him. He was impressive today. Short to the Garaffa, Jacob.
Game 280 today for him.
Short again finds Marcus Swatty, who's been busy early. Pirate Marcus Swatty, he's got a few touches of the footy for the Eagles. No one to move to, no one's leading. They're all just statues at the moment going long down the line. That's going to bring rain. That's a hard ball to mark.
Should have been a free kick to Mildura too.
Yep. I reckon you're right.
Fair in the back. Big Keeley, but I think it was Keel.
After
After
starting the game, deep one out in the square, Magro's come up around the ball a little bit more. He's just in the centre of the ground there, so I want to get involved.
Yep, and he's got Nathan Company at the present time. Bad match up, that one.
Well, didn't have the ball from James Epic, could have a free kick then, didn't.
Well, he was either dropping it or we didn't have it. Anyway, the umpire called play on. Handball at the back to Martin from Mildura. He kicks it in, trying to find a teammate in Zach DeRosa. Couldn't take the mark. It's in the forward pocket for Mildura. Robinvale do pretty well with their hands to get it down, and they found Marcus Waddy, who kicked it out. Yeah, he has been, Damo. He's been in a bit.
Yep, D on camera now. It was a nice kick today on camera. Yeah, he's been busy, Pirate. He's gone long, I reckon. Look, not going to work. He looked for the big fella there, and Leon Johnson. He's outnumbered, though. It's
a few times that I've been outnumbered 2-1 up the wing, Damo, Robinvale, Euston.
Up it back inside 50. Look for Pecoraro. He's taking a good mark. I reckon it's got to be young Maxi Keel.
It is, yep.
Like you said, probably looks a class act. I know he's played representative junior football, but he kicked 3 last week. He started this afternoon in the same sort of form. What would he be, 18? 19 max? 17?
Yeah, one of them.
One of them.
Well, he was still well under 16s last year, so probably still 16.
Yeah. He looks like a likely type to me.
Yeah.
He'd be wanting to improve on his first shot at goal.
Well, he'll kick this because he's a quick learner. So he's about, 40 metres out, perhaps? Ball's on the way now, and that's straight through the guts. So that's his first, Max Keel. Yeah, you're right. He's big raps of Mildura on that kid. Doing well. Mildura doing well at the moment. They're 3-4, and Robinvale just the 2 behinds.
Yeah, just the 2 behinds on the Ag Supply scoreboard. What did we travel, Lou? About 15 minutes in the first term, 15 and a half minutes.
We really have to get onto the league about that, don't we? About the electronic scoreboard. The time clock just makes such a difference.
The only ground left without one.
3-4-22.
Well, people often get onto us and they ask about how long has it been going? And if there's no time clock, it's pretty hard to tell if you haven't pushed the button on your phone, isn't it?
No, exactly right.
It's a lot to remember some days. 3-4-22 plays 2 behinds on the extra plus scoreboard. Ruck's got it. Blind ball, really. Yeah, really. Kerridge comes out with it.
Sorry, don't want to sound New York style. Behinds.
Yeah, off to Dylan Murphy. He goes by here to Tyler Martin. He's going to pump it inside 50 again. That's pretty well done for Michael Zapier. Out comes Pagaro. Couldn't take it with him. Braden Turner over the ball. Yeah, it gets a bit slappy and sloppy sometimes there this afternoon, the packs, but that's probably what Robinvale would prefer that to a goal, because Mildura are moving the ball into their forward line nicely at the moment. She said 3-4-22, the Mildura Demons. Robinvale Euston 2 behinds on the extra plus scoreboard. Rucks go at it again. It was Gill that time.
No.
Out they come. This should be a foot race.
Yep. Dealing with the clearance.
Yep. Does well. He's caught.
Good work
Back
by
to
you.
Carafa. He should do something with this. He got around Ethan Slater fairly easily. And they're going to work it out. I've trouble with Robinvale towards the coach's box. Not quite, though, this time, though. Dion Cameron's got hold of it.
His brother.
Gorman put a heap of pressure on there. Yep, from his brother. That's a nice mark from Rich Robertson. Slow things down and steady things down defence. To Hurley. To Kerridge. There's that teamwork we were just talking about. A switch play. 100 options out there too, but look at it, back to Kerridge. You have to run onto it. Good bounce, Lux of fortune. He goes infield. Stay on camera, spoiled that from Mitch Rodson. Back to his brother. She goes in short.
Oh, good mark.
That's pretty good football.
Yep. Dion and Matthew both. Not once, but twice. Once on the wing and then again through the middle. And here's your man Achilles.
Yeah, found Achilles Panopoulos.
Well, that was pretty poor, actually, from the co-coach in Sam Kerridge.
Yeah, the inboard kick
because
was
he
lazy.
had Laihu in the centre of the ground, waving his arms. Everything went to Rogerson, who was one against 3, and even Roger can't beat 3. So it's ended up with a shot on goal from Achilles. See, so he's directly in front, 40 metres out, goes bang, likes it, doesn't like it so much. It is a goal, is it? Well, he's not much of a celebration, really.
Yeah, not a Nick Pezzanini special by any means. But anyway, unlike Sam Draper last night for Euston, his Achilles is well intact. 1-2-8, Robinvale Euston's first of the day. Mildura 3-4-22, still led by 14 points on the Mildura Ag scoreboard.
Probably the first time that Robinvale have been able to turn it over in their front half and had the numbers down there, and a good kick into the forward line has resulted in a goal.
I think you're right, mate, because Sam put his hand up straight away to apologise to his teammates. So, yeah, well, front half turnovers. Rimple had 10 in the first quarter yesterday. So they kicked 8 goals to 0. So it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yep. Now, Gill now in the ruck for Robinvale Euston, giving Johnson the chop out. We haven't seen Eddie Wakalivu go in there just yet. He's on the ground now. He's slatted up into the forward line. Rappel's only on for his first run as well, as Mensch takes the free kick. His old man David is around here. The long cat for the 1990s into Joseph Mezzatesta. Kicks to a 3-on-1. Panopoulos was the one. Helped create a 50-50 ball at least, and they managed to get a lock up. So they've done well there, Robinvale Euston, because Mildura could have easily taken that one away, but Panopoulos' efforts helped keep it alive for him. 25 from goal. Kicking down to Matteo Avenue end, or number 3 oval end, where the Vanning Show is on today, 50th annual. There's a bit of a mad scramble. We've got a hold in the ball decision. It's an Eagles free kick. So good forward pressure again, and if I'm not mistaken, well, it's definitely a camera that's got it.
I was going to say that, Louis. That is a camera.
It's Matthew.
It's a camera. You can tell that because he's not much taller than the grass.
You put one on top of the other. They're still looking up to Ethan Gill, so that's how short both of them are, but they've got big hearts. We know that. And so, well, Dion did most of the work to lead to the last goal for Achilles Panopoulos, and now Matthew saddles up to get one of his own, does he? Yes, he does. The Eagles are back.
Yeah, they're back. They're 2-2, trailing Mildura 3-4. Louis, give us a time check, please.
For SMGT, 20, just over 20 and a quarter.
All right, not a bad quarter of footy either, to be honest with you. It's a little bit free-flowing. The tackling's pretty good. We haven't seen anything silly yet. The umpires are doing okay. It's about all we can ask on a nice day here at the Brian Waitman Oval. So Robinvale started well, went into a bit of a flux, and then they've got the last 2. So up we go in the middle. It's Wakaliva here. Lee beats him pretty convincingly. Mildura get the ball in the middle of the ground, but they're tackled immediately, and that'll be another throw up for the Portly one.
Mensch again with that tackle.
Yeah, good on you, Mensch. Lee won that one down easy as well, looking for Kerridge, but Who was that? Antonio Mezzatesta got in front of Sam Kerridge there and caused another stoppage. Lee again, used strength, tried for Kerridge again, and Lee's got himself a free kick for a hold.
I start calling Antonio Mezzatesta aerodynamic meatball.
Well, he's
moving
just,
well.
This bloke's just a bit too big and strong.
Oh, Lee, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a big test for Eddie now in the middle.
3 times in a row he tried to get it down to Sam, and Robinvale were aware of it, actually. So it wasn't too bad.
Now, this I started forward earlier.
So he's taken a mark on helicopter thing. Mitch Rogerson in front got a free kick, not really. On the ground now, he puts a shepherd on. They get the ball outside. That's back. Whence it come? Turner's in front. Oh, big fly from the back here.
It'll be 3-6 now, I think, right? Yeah.
3-6, 24. Robinvale still 2 goals. Turner again plays on, as you would do, from the square and kicks it to the back pocket. Robinvale don't have a hell of a lot of blokes leading up. Mick Zappia decides to do it now. And he gets it. They haven't gained a lot of ground. They're still about 30 metres away.
Oh,
really strong mark.
Our man again.
Achilles.
Yep.
Kicks it to the square. That's a nice kick. Mark in the goal square. Who was that? Big Leon Johnson?
Yep.
Yeah, well done, Achilles. Achilles Panopoulos. Extremely well then. Panopoulos. That's it. Achilles Panopoulos. So there's Leon Johnson's first goal of the game, and she's all pretty tight.
Yeah, back to 4 points the margin.
3-6 to 3-2, and what?
Square, but talking to Donny Falvo in the off-season, he had huge raps on Achilles. He's coached him a lot throughout, and he had him earmarked for a huge senior debut this season, and he is certainly
If Donny chucks him on the ball to free him up a bit.
From Jesse Gorman, that was a good grab part. Yeah, they've seen a double team and triple team him at times, haven't they?
Well, he's come up the field, as Phil said before, but chuck him on the ball for 5 to give him a couple of kicks and get his confidence up.
The Demon Tyler Martin with the ball comes back into Rogerson, just outside the defensive 50. 11th Street side of Brian Waitman Oval.
Someone's got to lead forward.
I think he's trying to milk some time for the siren, the skipper. No one leading forward at the moment. Dion Camera runs at him on the far. He goes down the line. And Kerridge takes a good one-hander, I'd suggest. That's stayed in the field of play, Pirates. That was a good mark from Sam Kerridge.
Oh, it was pretty well done by Roger, too, to be patient. So Kerridge comes back inboard to Hurley. Haven't called his name a lot, Ben Hurley, but we know how good he is. He kicks it out. He's going to find a teammate in Jones. Marks it in front of the scoreboard. Pretty open forward line for Mildura. There's no one deep, really. They lead up towards the ball. Jones gets side to play on. He looks for Kerridge, but he gets interfered with. He's good enough to go back and get it, Sam. Now it's an inside 50. There's a bit of a chance for Max Keel, who's one out, but he's well beaten to it this occasion by
Sony,
Massimo, yep. Oh, now Dylan Murphy gets it from a crumb. He kicks it inside. Oh, that's a good kick too, Dylan Murphy, and he's found Pecorano in the pocket. Well done, Dylan Murphy with a well-weighted ball and Pecorano with a deliberate shot. Not easy, though. He's on the boundary line 40 metres at least.
That's a tough kick, Pirate.
Well, they reckon he's got the goods, so we'll see how he goes. This is real tough. Like to see a big fella out here on the point post from Mildura.
That would be a fair point. He's just made a good effort of it. Oh, don't tell me. Gee, look at this.
Oh, that's not just a waffle delight, it's an AFL delight, that goal.
Like I was saying, there's no need for a big fella on the point post here.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point you just brought up.
That was a fair kick, wasn't it?
That's as good as George O'Neill in round 0. That's a goal of the day at the moment for the Gateway to have. Gateway Mildura, there's no doubt about it. Great kick.
Oh, hard pressed to beat that. That's 2 for him and still 0 for Magro. He's only had the one real shot on goal, but he was under pressure when he took it.
Looked like missing it then, Pagaro, did he? Ball's back to the centre of Brian Wakeman Oval.
Well, credit to the little fella there too, in Dylan Murphy, who I've got a lot of time for. That was a beautiful kick.
Yep.
Eagles, Laihu for the Demons, out to Kerridge. You're going to ram it on that right foot and go just inside 50. Graffer and Turner with a fist for the Eagles.
Pecorano again with a bit of a chance.
Got the football, he's got a chance in front of him, taps it in front of him until he gets control, runs around the U-turn, gets away from his opponent.
Siren's gone.
He was going to give it to Dane Grayson, didn't. The Siren's gone for quarter time.
Timekeepers have got no sense of humour at all.
No sense of timing, Pirate. 4-6-30. Robinvale Euston 3-2-20 on the Ag Supply scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll be back here at Brian Wakeman Oval shortly.
This is the Gateway Mildura SFNL 2025 season on River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals on now. Westinghouse 7.5 kilo front load washer, $494, save $50. DeLonghi Magnifica Evo automatic coffee machine, $797, save $200. Save over $200 on Hisense 75-inch mini LED 4K TV, now $1,588. And save over $300 on LG A9 multi-hand stick pack, now $497. More super savings in store and online. But be quick, Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals ends Monday. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Good Deal Tyres, still Sunraysia's largest independent tyre store and now your very own Hankook Masters dealer. Same great service, same great prices with all the best brands. Hankook, Falcon, Cooper, Mickey Thompson, Pirelli, just to name a few. We stock a large range of tyres and batteries to suit mowers, ATVs and motorbikes right up to large earth-moving machinery and offer free in-store battery testing. Good Deal Tyres and battery sales, 504 to 510 Benetook Avenue, Mildura.
Your search for Mildura's premier event space is over. Securing a perfect event space is just a click away. Whether you're planning a milestone celebration, corporate gathering, or festive occasion, book the Gateway or Verde Mildura.
At Drummond Golf, we understand your passion.
Nice roll.
And that's because every Drummond Golf store is owned and run by a local who loves the game as much as you do.
Yeah, it's come off the face really well.
Someone who knows where you play and what you need.
Oh yeah, looking good.
With Australia's biggest range and expert knowledge.
Great. Now let's try that putter with this grip.
So if you want to improve your game, see a local expert at Drummond Golf.
Robinvale Lawn Tennis Club's Easter Tennis Tournament is April 19th and 20th. Don't miss out on 2 big days of action, with junior and seniors, doubles and mixed doubles, competing for over $3,000 in prize money. Competitors, registrations are open now. Head to Robinvale Lawn Tennis Club on Facebook for info or to enter. Robinvale Lawn Tennis Club's Easter Tennis Tournament, April 19th and 20th. Season proudly supported by Euston Club, Swan Hill Council and River 1467.
On May 9th, we're going blue for Do It for Dolly Day. Blue on the farm. Blue at the beach. Blue in the bush. Blue to spark conversations about bullying and remind every young person they're not alone. Blue to raise awareness for today and funds for tomorrow. So let's come together to go blue to end bullying. Register at doitfordollyday.org.au.
Save up to 50% off at the Glory Box Autumn Sale. Save 10% on occasional, 15% off Lazy Boy, 20% off bedroom suites, dining and lounges, 50% off all mattresses. See Antonella and the team today at the Glory Box Autumn Sale.
For the Gateway Mildura, the home of live sport on the big screen. The G, the place to be. Live SFNL football. River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Welcome back live to Brian Waitman Oval. Quarter time here in the clash between Mildura and the Robinvale Euston Football Club. Mildura 4, 6:30. Robinvale Euston 3, 2:20 on the Egg Supply scoreboard. It was a pretty entertaining first term of football, Lou.
And as we expected, all right, Mildura's got the 10-point advantage, but certainly in the second half of that term, Robinvale Euston did square the ledge up quite nicely. They started winning that midfield battle as well. A couple of unorthodox turnovers from Sam Kerridge that he has immediately put his hand up and said, yep, I'll wear those, have led to the goals that Robinvale Euston be able to peg back. Really impressed with what Achilles Panopoulos has shown up forward so far, kicking one himself, helping set up another. The two camera boys have been in and amongst them, loving seeing Dion just pick up where he left off with his best and fairest season last year and getting up the ground aplenty and showing that size doesn't matter.
And on the Mildura front, Noah, Pegario, or how are you saying it again?
Pegararo. We can take Pegario.
There's a couple of different ways I reckon he pronounced it, but he's looked impressive. Probably the second half of the first quarter better than the first bit.
Yep.
Kerridge has been good all quarter.
Kerridge for mine is top three on the ground, and without thinking about the other two, I think he's been Mildura best so far.
Marcus Spotty Pirate, the other one?
Well, Kerridge got attacked early, didn't he? They were all over him, but he managed to break free in the second half of that quarter, and he's been prominent. You know, it's been they look fairly evenly matched, don't they? I think Lee's not. He's not getting beaten in the ruck, but he's not dominating, but he'll wear blokes down with his size and strength over the day. Rogerson's playing pretty well in defence.
Yeah.
It goes to show the strength of Mildura's on ballers when the Rolls Royce is in defence, but they've got him there for a reason. It's for his kicking and his cool, his cool head bringing it out. They're not going too bad around the ball. No, Robinvale have got some good players as well. There's no real passengers out there for either side. I reckon they're going all right. Mattio's been a good player for Robinvale. Cameron boys are doing their jobs.
Cameron boys, yep.
I'm interested to see where our mate Magro's gone forwarding, and we'll give him 5 minutes or 5 or 10 minutes. I'd love to see him go on the ball for a little while just to get his legs going and free him up a little bit. But
he's not
both
in the middle
mids
at the
are
moment.
all right. Both mids have been going all right.
Yep. Mentioned Waddy picking up where they left off with plenty of the ball from last week, and the skipper Jim Zappia back in there again with the two number ones ready to do battle, Leon Johnson and John O'Lee. And I reckon you've hit the nail on the head, Pirate, in terms of Lee not being as dominant as we probably thought he was going to be, because even as much as Robinvale Euston are missing Juzz O'Neill, at least the fears of whether or not Ethan Gill would do much ruck work as he starts getting towards that back end of his career with the injury history he's had. He did have a bit of a spell in there, and that just gives him We're back upstairs. What did you find at the quarter time break, mate?
Managed to get to the huddle, and I think Donny be really disappointed with Kerridge's start to this quarter. That was something that they spoke about out of the stoppage, just to make sure that they weren't letting them run away with it. So
yeah, mustn't have got the message too well, because look at his second quarter so far.
Yeah, but I think they've got their offensive game working pretty well. They're running it pretty hard from the back line and finding some free players forward. So I think if they can maintain it in the stoppage, they'll go a long way to staying in this game.
Yeah, not if they turn it over like that from the back to Pecoraro straight away. But speaking of great defenders, Joseph Matteo saving the day there with a clearing kick off the left. It was a tumbler, though, into Goss. He's a game man for wearing long sleeves on a 33-degree day, but he's showing no signs of energy loss as the handball comes out. There's a tripping free kick there before Kerridge ran to goal, going the way of the Eagles. And Pirate, once again, not too happy with that decision.
Oh, no, not the decision. I just thought it was a bit stiff for Kerridge because he had
fair enough,
goal written all over it there. As they play on, they
take it back.
Yeah, bring it out to Julian, get it through the middle. Now, Robinvale got no one leading forward, so they kick it over the top, which is not too bad.
As
Joe Matt gets it to the square, and I think he's just missed. But good transition play from Robinvale, end-to-end stuff there. No one leads forward these days much, do they? So they like kicking it over the top. So 5-6 Mildura, Robinvale Euston a 4-3. Kick-in comes out to Jew of Mildura, who we've spoken about. He's been pretty good. He goes to Jones. Jones, uncharacteristic, drops it. Then the kick's not his best effort either, really.
No.
Kicks it out. There's a 2-on-2. The ball, they fall over again. Mildura get a quick kick around the corner. Stays in field, but it's Turner underneath it. Oh,
got a free kick, I think.
Yeah, free kick.
Mark.
Now.
And 50 now.
Well, what did Mildura kick that? Did they?
No.
Robinvale kicked it.
Bit of back chat.
Okay, so it was a free kick to Robinvale plus. Oh well, I thought a Robinvale bloke kicked it, and I thought, how can that be 50?
Yeah.
So back chat. Yep. Must have been back chat. So let's put who is it? Matteo, is it?
Yep.
On the line. He's going to kick from just outside 50.
And there's a bit of a breeze going that way too, so it's probably not beyond him.
He's already called his Babe Ruth shot, Phil, and this is going to go straight to the square at least.
I'd like to see
not carrying the whole distance.
We've got a Mildura big bloke on the line. That'd be handy.
One of the best kicks of the football in the competition. Runs up his line now, which allows him out on the mark to cut across. That's a fair effort. Just push to the right.
That's a 60-metre ball as well, boys, isn't it?
All day long.
Easily, plus GST.
Rogerson brings it out quickly. No mucking around there. Found Seaward.
Not much on for C. Ward.
No, he's just going to go short straight up the middle.
Well, good patience, actually. He's found Nolan, I think that'll be. Nathan Nolan. He kicks it inside to Kerridge, who'll probably get it and handball over the top. Now, Mildura got a couple on the outside here. Dylan Murphy picks it up. Almost threw it out, but it was okay. Went to Hurley. Lyhu ends up now with Gorman. If he can pick it up, he's got Kerridge free.
Oh, no.
Mate, kick it to your coach if you want another game. Picks it up again, Gorman. Kicks it to the pocket. Not a bad effort. It's in front of Pecoraro. Well, he did. He's got a little bit of athleticism, the big man. He gets it forward to Zach DeRosa to the square. Good contest in the square. Robinvale in numbers, but once again, we've got 5 players falling on the ball. The umpire's full run out of his backside, really, and it's going to go to Robinvale.
Yeah, I couldn't say that was
to Waddy.
Yep.
And now goes to Mensch.
We still haven't had our main man in Magro really amongst it, have we?
Only 2 real looks at it so far, but Nathan Nolan doing a masterful job as Zach Leslie, I think it might have been, up through the middle, down camera there at the fall of the ball.
Well, he's one out at the moment.
He's out the back
here.
Here
he is. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go?
We'll see what Leslie does. He's going to go for home. The defender come forward, misses not the lot, he gets the one behind, and Pirate, where should he have gone?
Magrove's 30 metres on his own, right?
And he's letting him know about it too. He's looking right at Zach saying, what about me? Shannon Noel style.
Nolan peeled off and went back to the line.
Probably more expletive still than what I said, but anyway.
So Nolan peeled off and Magro was on his own and they missed him.
Yep. And want that one back again, Zach?
Haven't called Zach Leslie's name too often today, neither.
Anyway.
He'll do something with it, as he always does. Not a nice kick. It's a real scramble there at the moment, that pocket.
Just still mesmerised by what Sam Kerridge can still do. And look, when he had the 3-on-1 inside the centre square, Phil, he decided not to go for the football to bamboozle the Robinvale players around him so they wouldn't actually grab him to worry about the free kick, and then was able to get a little 1%er and break away from that stoppage. Then he went forward. Unfortunately, Gosman missed him, but, geez, that is just smart from Kerridge again as the ball comes in board for Robinvale Euston, touched off hands, out of bounds in the left forward pocket to the Edgewater Avenue end. And really, they're starting to run out of answers for Kerridge, Robinvale Euston. I mean, look, the scoreboard's still nice and close for Mildura Ag, but they wouldn't want Kerridge to get a full stranglehold in this game.
No, and he used his ability to draw players there really well. He brought 3 to him and then managed to get it out and took off. So.
Yep. Without a disposal in that, just another 1% of his set. Anyway, let's see now. Magro finally, or was that Mensch, I think it might have been, with the snap? It was Baxter with the stink pink boots.
No, you're right.
It was Magro.
You're right the first time, I think. Well, they actually look very much the same, don't they?
No, big time, yeah. Can't tell the tats apart, just the boots, I think.
Yeah,
Magro's
that's
got
right.
the white, and Mensch has got the nice orange ones.
You've got to
kick it. Who does?
You have to kick it to Kerridge one out, don't you? He's one out against Anthony Mezzatesta.
I'd chance that arm for sure.
But now he kicks it to him and he's 1 against 3. Yeah. Got to be a bit quicker than that, boys.
Yeah.
It was big Leon Johnson over the top of him.
Still moves well for a guy in his mid-30s, Leon. He hasn't played a lot of senior football recent times, but that's on his own accord. He's enjoying Rezzies.
Seems not overly happy about that.
No, and what would he be?
He's gone off
for a twice now.
Yeah, well,
once from Gosman, once from Lahoo.
That should have went to him straight away. But anyway, didn't. Robinvale win the stoppage. Good kick. Actually, that was a really good kick from Zappia that went to centre-half forward. Now they all play stacks on the middle. This will be an in-the-back free kick to Mildura. And I reckon it'll go to Nolan. Now, there's a bit of lip as well. Brewell doesn't take kindly to back chat, does he? So 50-metre penalty goes to Mildura. He's going to take Nolan, well past centre. Didn't go 79 metres like Collingwood get, but it wasn't too bad. That's holding the ball.
Yeah, just as Elijah Brown was about to run onto that pirate. So James Zappia now the footy for the Eagles on the left foot.
That's not a bad kick either.
Magro's underneath it, so is Jess Gorman.
Hurley.
Yeah, Hurley, well done for the D's. Out of there, Jess Gorman now the footy going to try and take a couple on and does it pretty well.
Oh, two Robinvale forwards fell over. That made it a bit easier for him.
Well, Drew, pretty well do what they like with the footy at the moment.
I think it's Dew with the football here, Damo.
Yep, Brendan Dew. Yep. Switches wide. Finds Mitch Rogerson with a paddock to move it if he wants it, but he decides not to do that. He goes back to Nathan Nolan. Or Josh Dean, sorry. Yep. Just playing Kiwis off now.
Yeah.
5-6-36. Mildura Robinvale Euston 4-6-30 on the extra play scoreboard. Back to Josh Dean. They've gone backwards, if anywhere.
He'll go back again.
Yep.
Here we go. School footy, almost.
Yeah, well, this is... I wonder where you're going to go. Back to...
At least now it's early.
Well, at least it's early, not Dean. He's got Martin. He'll go to Martin. He will. He's going to.
Achilles is going to allow it. No.
Oh, we went forward 5 metres.
Back
well
to
done.
Josh Dean again. He's going to come out and find Nathan Nolan.
That's really smart.
That was well done.
Yeah.
Create a link now.
Martin was a decoy.
Straight on a Tarrant Lai, who's full chest lace out. He's going to go long on that right foot down to the pocket. Find his teammate.
Rosa.
And here's Actor Rosa. Slowly working their way forward, Pirate. Louis.
Let's see Mick Zappia on the mark there, leaning over, because you're not allowed to move your feet, of course.
Yeah. No, he's paid it.
Lando,
yep. 3 points of cherry. That's enough, according to...
Yeah, he probably had it long enough, Lou.
Yep. And Brewell, he'd know better than anybody out there. He's the one that paid it.
It's not a bad kick into the goal square. They all go at it. Pecoraro got the footy snapped and smothered. Back out now to,
Slater.
I reckon that's Ethan Slater with left foot snap.
You
beauty. Contender for goal today for Gateway.
That would frustrate Donny Falvo and Vince Utica, especially Donny to know when there. That slow build up, so much kick to kick, keepers off laterally, and then they still got a goal out of it without really kicking into the third gear, Mildura.
There's a fair bit of Pecoraro when you go out there. He's a big unit.
Oh, yeah.
He's fantastic at ground level. That's the third or fourth goal he's created just from his ability at the ground. So he got down, got the handball out, and that set up the goal.
He does look like a big fella. We're a long way away from you, Phil, but he does look like a big guy, yeah. Because Jacob Graff is not small, and he's sort of standing there right alongside him. So, ball's back in the middle of Brian Waitman Oval. John O'Lee that time.
Magro's gone in.
Yep. That's Mitch. Goes in a little trusty left foot.
Oh, straight away. Throws his head down in disgust with that kick.
Yep, no one home at all, though. Yep. Well done from Sam Kerridge. Put his body over and wore what was coming. He class act, the former AFL star. They're just working out defence easily, aren't they? Spent to Hurley.
They're patient, I'll give them that.
Yep, they're not in a hurry at all. Pirate goes across again.
Nolan.
Yeah, Nathan Nolan. We're going to start this again to Dean.
Rojo's still clear on this side of the ground. So Dean.
Josh Dean knows how to do this bit really well. He was in the last bit.
72 uncontested marks, Josh Dean, so far.
And all of them were a score involvement.
Oh, he's lucky the Robinvale player took that. He's gone short.
Gillian?
Yeah, Julian Ludica. With Tarrant Loihu on the mark. He's gone in 4. Well, that's a pretty good grab. Is that Baxter? No.
No, Achilles again.
That's Achilles Spinopoulos.
Yeah.
He's been on fire since probably the 20 mark of the first term.
Got good hands.
He
got
has.
real good hands.
That's a lovely kick of the footy.
Let's go.
He is. That's handy. How long is the second term gone? Lou on the
17 and a quarter for SMGT, Damo.
Yeah.
Kickstart your career.
They brought it back to 6 points of difference.
And what a career Achilles Spinopoulos has already shown. He's got 3. And they've all been big ball. One was in times 20, but that was 2 from downtown.
If a Mildura big man was on the line there, what would have happened?
He would
Phil?
have
marked it. He would have went straight down his neck. And the Mildura big man were 20 metres out.
6:46. Mildura Robinvale Euston 5:6:36 on the Access Supply scoreboard. As Lee said, 17 minutes gone. All thanks SMGT in the second term. You're right, Pirate. Get Paul Tall Timber on the goal line. That wasn't a goal.
Oh, it's old-fashioned, but it just has to be done.
It wasn't just no on the line. There was no one within 20 metres of the goal square.
So Eddie Wakalivu now in the ruck against John O'Lee. Carriage comes down with it again to Brody Jones. He gets wrapped up by Wakalivu. Through it. Umpires throws it up again to get a rucks to go. Lee just does so well at that. Down to Josh Dean. He gets caught straight away.
Magro getting aggro.
Yeah, I don't think Josh Dean took too kindly that either.
I'm not sure I'd be boxing on with Josh Dean.
No, I wouldn't be. You know that to yourself. It was Michael Zappia, I think.
Well, Magro's the kind of guy who won't shirk that issue, as we've got to play it down for Robinvale Euston. There might be Anthony Mezzatessa, I think. Yep.
Well, it was Mickey Zappia. I know John O'Lee rode him into the ground.
Yeah. And he's up and okay.
There we go.
Live to tell a tale. It's not easy against someone like John O'Lee.
Dylan Murphy not happy with Ethan Gillett, I think.
Dylan Murphy's not happy with anyone.
Good point, Pirate.
No, they're doing this thing again, chipping it around. They got Rojo's, I don't know how many possessions he's had, but
basic one-on-one Eagles to stop this. That's what will kill it off.
They mind it too, because eventually Mildura's got to make a mistake like that.
Oh, yep.
That Dion Cameron with a great chase.
Oh, surely he had to be paid.
Or Matty Cameron, one of the two. I think it was Dion.
Had to be Dion, I think, on that occasion, but yeah, unlucky not to get rewarded there. Good chase down, and Mildura get the free kick again on the 11th Street wing Pirate.
Stalemate at the moment, isn't it?
That'll be Plugger. Kicks it he always launches himself off the ground when he kicks. It's not a bad one. There's Pegararo again, I think, who's starting to become a bit of a worry. Kicks it to the pocket, to a 1-on-2, not the best kick you've ever seen.
No.
But he's getting a bit of it, and as Phil said, he's pretty good at ground level, and he creates a bit of stuff. He creates space and everything behind him, and he brings his other mates into it. So he's going all right, put it that way. He's got 2, I think, hasn't he?
Pegararo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 2. So does Max Keel at the moment. As the ball's now in the hands of Magro, but he's far away from his natural habitat, having to try and get a bit of leather onto it. Big kick up the wing, though, on the 11th Street side. Rogerson with a better read of it out the back. Mildura back in possession on hands now to Martin, so they won't be able to slow play this time unless they get an uncontested mark. They do now, but they won't waste it on this occasion. Lahu now has it.
Kick it to Carriage.
From Dean. Carriage on the lead now. Got separation on Anthony Mezzatessa and gets it nice and comfortably in front of the interchange gates. Here at Brian Wakeman Oval. Thought about going inboard, instead hugs the boundary line. Easy kick to Martin. Martin, who helped start this off half-back, gets it inside half-forward now, off hands to Rosa, front and centre. Good tackle from Matteo. Is he rewarded? I think he is.
Oh, yep.
Before that.
Oh, before, okay.
I think so, but anyway, it's Matteo with the ball.
Matteo regardless.
You might be right, but
yep.
I think the umpire in the middle of the ground called that one.
Yeah, so Matteo, who helped stop a Mildura forward fray, the previous one, where he helped screen Raffles Omi to take the intercept mark on the other pocket. Gets it up the wing here. It goes through the gates into Jim Zappia. Now Dion Camera, the Mosquito fleet go into the big man Gill. Open goal square again. No one on the back goal line for Mildura. Just like Panopoulos before, Gill takes advantage. We're all square here for Mildura Ag. 6-6-42 apiece, Damo.
Yeah, it's I'm a bit perplexed the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game, Pirate.
Well, to be frank, it's a bit hard to have someone on the line there, wasn't it, with such open play like that. And a great kick. When there's a set shot at goal and they're a long way out, that's where you've got to have a goalkeeper. But that was
a lovely kick for Ethan Gill.
Brilliant and well done down the back half by one of the premier. Well, you're right, Lou. He's a premier defender.
That's his home down there. Great use of the football too.
6-6 piece. How long we got in the second term, Lou? Thanks, SMGT.
22 minutes, Damo. But, no, that was great counter-raid play. And that's what's helped Robinvale square things up. What they've been able to do on the counter, quick, has been fantastic. Hope they can keep the energy up.
Kerridge has been busy this quarter. Back to Murphy. That's not going to be 15. He has to go in a hurry. Mitch Rogerson gets out Tyler Martin, who's always classy. Back to Kerridge, he'll bust his way through there. Should have got too high and did. He's not too happy with that, I don't think.
Just pulled the punch back in time, but still got him over the shoulder and the neck.
And that red man there, the steam coming out his ears. Brody Jones there with the ball.
He's talking to the runner as well, Magro.
He's not happy with the moment Sam Kerridge. Jones has gone long into... He looked for Pagaro, can't do it. Braden Turner come across with a good fist. He works his way there. The West Perth recruit does well. Tyler Martin's going to clean this up.
He caught one high too.
He caught one high there too.
Maybe Robinvale just lacking a little discipline in the last minute or two.
Raffles only coming in a bit heavy there. Tyler Martin's love the kick of the football normally.
I didn't teach him that, Damo, by the way.
Magro's mood hasn't improved by going forward because his nemesis back on him, Nolan, as Martin kicks it to the top of the square where they all fly. Pecoraro nearly a mark. Toe poke out. Robinvale going to clear. Through the, who is it? The gluten-free 13-kilo line of meatball.
Diet meatball.
Diet meatball.
Ball to Hurley.
That's caught. He tried to fend off. He did.
Well done, Zap.
He tried to fend off and it didn't work. So well done, James Zappia. Yes, you're
Advantage paid. What's going on here?
Definitely an advantage for Tyler Martin. Yeah. One bounce. 2 bounces off half back. He's got one long down the line, or that's not Ethan Slater's best effort.
And once against Matteo.
And it wasn't Tyler Martin's best kick either, to be truthful.
Oh, look at that.
Back to mention on the end of it.
Exquisite. That's chef's kiss style from Matteo.
That left foot.
Not so much from Mensch there, though.
Not so much.
Gordon Ramsay wouldn't be happy with that one.
Hurley will clear it up again.
Speaking of chefs.
Okay. You're not going to start this again, eh, Rogerson?
Oh, dear.
Really, all Robinvale can do is got to push up on it here and just create a bit of pressure.
But, Damo, one more mistake that Mildura make, one turnover, and the Eagles will hit the front.
Oh, that's what I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a huge possession differential.
Look, I really don't think Robinvale mind this all that much because that's what happens.
Magro.
It's play. It should be advantage. It should have been advantage.
He's paid the mark, so it won't be.
It was a big hit. They're both still down.
There's one or two. Well, I guess a 6 or 1/2 dozen the other, but the umpire paid the mark, so he can't take advantage on that, unfortunately.
I get that. If that's what the umpire paid, that's fair enough.
You're right, Pirate. D on camera, open space, and Magro's got a problem with his left leg, though, on that play.
Paid the mark?
As well as the opponent who crashed into him. Both worse for wear, and the Mildura guy, can't get a read on who it was. I don't think it's Nolan. Could be, though. Nolan might still be he's down the goal square.
I think so.
Yeah, but whoever it was that ran into Magro, he is still down on his hands and knees.
It was probably winded more than anything, really.
Hopefully
you know that absolute horrible feeling when you're winded
he's
and
up okay
you
now.
think you're going to die.
Yeah, well, that's probably what it is, Pirate. Yeah, he's up now.
Hurley?
Could be.
Ben Hurley?
Oh, he doesn't need to come off. It's only winded.
Yeah. 25 gone for SMGT in the second term. Maybe he's thinking, well, half time enough.
If I was a betting man, I'd say that's Benny Hurley. He's taken a hell of a crunch, though.
Well, they both did really well, didn't they? There was no shirking it there.
They didn't see each other at all. It is Ben Hurley.
It is Ben Hurley, yep.
Magro's having a shot from inside 50. It's his first real deliberate ping, and he's got it.
It's a lovely. He's got a lovely kick.
No, he just missed it. Well, that won't make his mood any better.
Take the M off his surname.
To him and Ben Hurley's credit, that was a big clash.
That was great footy from both players. Courageous stuff. And, well, Pirate, even though they didn't get it the way they wanted to, they have hit the front, the Eagles, by that Magro behind.
So I reckon it's Mitch Rogerson about to bring the ball back in. Grandstand side, Brian Waitman Oval. Top stuff from Dane Grace. Raffles only made him earn it.
Did he ever?
Oh, Raff.
So
Angry pills today.
Could have been easily 50. And then he smothers it with his head. That's pretty well done. But Dane Grace has ran onto it.
The Falcon.
Yeah. Oh, nearly again. Jesse Gorman up and down. Johnny Lee under it with a good grab.
Well, what Raf's done there is he's kept the ball in their forward half. So even if he did headbutt it.
Yeah. No.
He headbutted.
I think if I wasn't his uncle, I'd still stand and applaud that play. Great 1% work from Rappelzoni. His first senior game of the year after coming to the reserves last year.
Wasn't that good. Don't need to go overboard.
But he's showing that he wants to stay in the ones for a bit longer than a week.
6-6-42. Probably used to 6-7-43. We'll go to an ad break on that fluky headbutt smother.
This is the Gateway Mildura SFNL 2025 season on River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals. Update your tech with super savings in store and online. Acer Aspire Go laptop with full HD screen, now just $368. Super deal on the MSI 24-inch monitor, now just $98. Save $350 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now $887. And save $100 on Bose QC Ultra headphones, now $548. Be quick, Easter Super Deals ends Monday. Harvey Norman, best range, best brands, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
At Drummond Golf, we understand your passion.
Nice roll.
And that's because every Drummond Golf store is owned and run by a local who loves the game as much as you do.
Yeah, it's come off the face really well.
Someone who knows where you play and what you need.
Oh yeah, looking good.
With Australia's biggest range and expert knowledge.
Great. Now let's try that putter with this grip.
So if you want to improve your game, see a local expert at Drummond Golf.
A live laser tag arena and arcade. Air-conditioned two-storey playing arena of 240 square metres. Guests have the chance to battle it out while completing various missions, including the maze with awesome game modes, including Colour Conquest. For operating hours, see the website at laserforce.net.au. Group bookings welcome at specialist times, along with birthday party private bookings. Bookings essential. Call Aaron 0419 302 027 or check us out on Facebook, Arnie's Laser Force.
Good Deal Tyres and Batteries has every tyre for every wheel. Cars, trucks, tractors, even wheelbarrows and golf carts. For tyres, rims and batteries, talk to the family-run team with over 35 years in business. The Good Deal team has an entire history of looking out for locals and taking care of them across Mildura and Sunraysia. They'll even handle your battery testing in store. Get into Good Deal Tyres and Batteries, Benetook Avenue, or roll on over to gooddealtyres.com.au.
Hey, kick off your week at the Gateway. Kids eat free plus Pizza Slab Monday. Bam, an absolute crowd pleaser. Palmer Tuesdays, lock it in. Family Feast Wednesdays, bring the crew. Good food, good vibes, get around it. Book now.
At Drummond Golf, we understand your passion.
Nice roll.
And that's because every Drummond Golf store is owned and run by a local who loves the game as much as you do.
Yeah, it's come off the face really well.
Someone who knows where you play and what you need.
Oh yeah, looking good.
With Australia's biggest range and expert knowledge.
Great. Now let's try that putter with this grip.
So if you want to improve your game, see a local expert at Drummond Golf.
Save up to 50% off at the Glory Box Autumn Sale. Save 10% on occasional, 15% off Lazy Boy, 20% off bedroom suites, dining and lounges, 50% off all mattresses. See Antonella and the team today at the Glory Box Autumn Sale.
For the Gateway Mildura, the home of live sport on the big screen. The G, the place to be. Live SFNL football. River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Welcome back live to Brian Waitman Oval, half-time here in the round 2 clash between the Mildura Football Club and Robinvale Euston. The score is 6-6-42 Mildura, Robinvale Euston 6-7-43, a point of difference. The Eagles have done very, very well to work their way back, well, basically in front at half-time. It was homey.
Yeah, you would have thought on general play, if you shut your eyes and don't look at the Mildura scoreboard, you'd have a stab in the dark and go, well, Mildura probably have about 3 or 4 goals up here, but those slow plays every time that they've made that little mistake with the football, especially in the back half of that second term. Robinvale Euston said, thank you very much. We'll counter-attack. We'll beat you for speed. We'll push everyone up out of the forward line, and then we'll flood back, keep that goal square nice and free, and take our chances from downtown, and that's what they've done superbly with young Achilles Panopoulos, who we sung his praise a fair bit today, and for good reason, especially Donny Falvo has done that. He's got the 3 goals. Ethan Gill winding back the clock clock with his 4 best and fairest. Although the fourth one came a couple of years ago when he played his last full season. He got a big one too to tie the score. So that's Robinvale Euston's 1 wood at the moment, especially when they're able to start their launches from the back line when Joey Mattio's got all the time in the world to intercept. Whereas Mildura, a lot more even performance across the board. Sam Kerridge has been Sam Kerridge. Brendan Jew's been very good. Yes. Pogararo up forward. Oh, yep. Yeah, what's 2 goals. He kicked 2. He's been a target. He's been a presence up there. Max Kill is something else. He is something else, that kid. Yeah, well, not a kid anymore. He played a lot of representative football last year at junior level. Yeah, so he's only just freshly 16, probably 17 now, I'm guessing. But mate, he's made it look like he's played at this level for 10 plus years. Oh, he debuted last week, as we said, kicked 3. What's he got today? Got 2 already, and he's been involved in a couple of others. He looks like he's been up there for years. You're right, Lou. He's another one that Mildura's found. Dylan Murphy's come in there. Mitch Robinson's done his job there in defence. Ben Hurley's been pretty good. Yep. Nathan Nolan on Jaden Magro has been exceptional. Job so far. Great job. He's got a little bit frustrated, Magro, I think. So, well, Pirate called it superbly. He said to get Magro into the middle and start getting his hands on it, which that did happen towards the back end of that second term. And yeah, Magro did go aggro a couple of times with some free kicks going against him, but including one time when he actually looked to his bench and said, "What the hell was that for?" But he had that courageous clash with Hurley around 40 from goal, got paid the mark, went back, just missed that shot towards the end of the second term, but it was enough to give Robinvale Euston the lead. I think even that alone, despite the fact he missed it, Domo, now he's got a taste of the football. It might see him explode in the second half. So, Nolan, you've been great so far, but you've still got to take the next step now. Yeah, there's... You're not going to get an easy game in this league anymore. You're not going to get an easy opponent. Like Nathan Nolan played some very good footy at South. He's gone to Mildura. He's showing Jaden Magro he's up for the task this afternoon. So it's going to be interesting to see what Magro can pull out of his little bag of tricks after half time. I think we're set for a great second half of football. Yep. Robinvale Euston, the Eagles, they just keep hanging around there. They're not going to go away. They always show great pride. Their jumper and club. And Mildura, pretty classy this afternoon in patches. So. Yep. And no surprise again, which we've seen these two sides battle in finals the last couple of years. Of course, the elimination final, which I don't know how you guys handled that win, that absolute tornado out at Union last year at Blackburn Park. The other mob's tent blew off and everything. And old Spot, who does all the home games for United for the live stream, filming footy, nearly fell off the tin roof. And you guys, the van held well that day. It was a wild. Oh. So, yeah, I don't think Robinvale Euston quite read the script that day. Mildura did it pretty comfortably. But the year before, though, Robinvale Euston on their home deck when they were the team to beat until the grand final, did a number on the Demons that day. So these two know that they can go deep in finals, and who knows, they can probably see each other go head-to-head yet again come September or late August. That qualifying final we talk about with Mitch Robertson, it was only 8 points in the end. And that was without him after that unfortunate incident with Ricardo Liparoto in that first term. So what might have been for the Demons that day, you're right, Damo, but yeah. No, look, Robinvale Euston, look, they got the win over Merbeen last week, but by their own admission, they weren't all that impressed with their overall performance. Yes, Magro got the 10, but you take that away, then there was plenty of things to work on. But they've done some great stuff today. I mean, was worried early on when Mildura had all the ascendancy in the first term, but what Robinvale Euston have been able to do, especially playing that counter-attack football like they have, has been something that will put them in great stead as the season unfolds, as long as injuries remain in check, because their depth runs really deep. I think you look at their Resi side, that would fare well against most senior teams. Yeah, whereas Mildura were decimated last year, absolutely cruelled by injuries. Like Ben Hurley didn't play again after round 4, the broken leg, so he was virtual recruit this year. You can't. Yeah, Robinvale have got a good seconds team, but Mildura were absolutely cruelled last year. I don't think they're going to have 2 years. Well, a run of 2 years of injuries like that. Yeah, they're going to be around the mark. Mildura, don't expect Robinvale Euston to just go away and win a wooden spoon, neither. They're a pretty good football team still. So, oh, without doubt. Back to the 90s team, Robinvale Euston, really. All Mosquito fleet, majority of the side are locals, sprinkle of outside recruits who have also been heavily involved in country footy, and 2 great legends of the club running the show as the coaches. So, and we all know what they were able to do in the 90s. Absolutely. Lou, we better take a second break. I reckon not too far away from both senior teams being back on the Brian Wakeman Oval. We'll be back shortly live from Brian Wakeman Oval. Local footy's home ground, River 1467. All thanks to the Gateway, Mildura.
This This is the Gateway Mildura SFNL 2025 season on River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals on now. Save over $200 on Samsung 55-inch 4K Smart TV. Now under $800 while stocks last. Australian-made Westinghouse multifunction oven now $677 with bonus $35 gift card. JBL Party Box speaker now $648, save $97. And DeLonghi Magnifica Evo coffee machine just $797, save $200. More super savings in store and online. But be quick, Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals ends Monday. Best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Good Deal Tyres, still Sunraysia's largest independent tyre store and now your very own Hancock Masters dealer. Same great service, same great prices with all the best brands. Hancock, Falcon, Cooper, Mickey Thompson, Pirelli, just to name a few. We stock a large range of tyres and batteries to suit mowers, ATVs and motorbikes right up to large earth-moving machinery and offer free in-store battery testing. Good Deal Tyres and battery sales, 504 to 510 Benetook Avenue, Mildura.
Hop into the Gateway this Easter for your chance to win a Feaster hamper packed with Easter treats, plus 2 $100 Gateway gift cards. Simply make any purchase before Easter Monday to go in the draw. Don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
With less than 5 hours sleep, your mind wanders and your reaction time is slowed. But the worst part is, you're 4 times more likely to crash. Driving tired, wake up to yourself. TAC.
At Drummond Golf, we understand your passion.
Nice roll.
And that's because every Drummond Golf store is owned and run by a local who loves the game as much as you do.
Yeah, it's come off the face really well.
Someone who knows where you play and what you need.
Oh yeah, looking good.
With Australia's biggest range and expert knowledge.
Great. Now let's try that putter with this grip.
So if you want to improve your game, see a local expert at Drummond Golf.
Robinvale Lawn Tennis Club's Easter Tennis Tournament is April 19th and 20th. Don't miss out on 2 big days of action, with junior and seniors, doubles and mixed doubles, competing for over $3,000 in prize money. Competitors, registrations are open now. Head to Robinvale Lawn Tennis Club on Facebook for info or to enter. Robinvale Lawn Tennis Club's Easter Tennis Tournament, April 19th and 20th. Season proudly supported by Euston Club, Swan Hill Council and River 1467.
Save up to 50% off at the Glory Box Autumn Sale. Save 10% on occasional, 15% off Lazy Boy, 20% off bedroom suites, dining and lounges, 50% off all mattresses. See Antonella and the team today at the Glory Box Autumn Sale.
For the Gateway Mildura, the home of live sport on the big screen. The G, the place to be. Live SFNL football. River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
That's right, River Footy 67. Do you like the call this year, Lou?
I love that. River Footy 67. A beautiful little pun there. I love it.
Had nothing to do with me. I don't know who came up with that, but yeah. You should never change the name of your station, but anyway.
Do you reckon Dipper will take credit for that? Well, Joey Gavello?
Yeah.
Will he make a special appearance at all this year like he did 2 years ago?
We'll make him.
We'll make him.
We'll make him do it. No, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Phil Cure and Cale Allen will make it extra hard for him to try and make a cameo. See if we can get him when you're off in a couple of weeks when we do Reckless and Robinvale Euston, which that's another big game we can't wait to sink our teeth into. Izzy Johnson against his old side. But anyway, speaking of the great Phil Cure, who's made it sound like he's done this for a generation, he's listening intently to what Sam Kerridge and Mark Alvey are saying in the Mildura rooms while Pirates gone and reunited with a few old mates and listening to what Donny Falvo and Vince Utica are saying to their charges.
Phil's going to kill me for saying this. He was going to ring up during the week and quit, chicken out, scared. Absolutely.
Stage right, yeah.
We've
all been there.
He was crapping himself to come here this afternoon, and I think for the minute he opened his microphone, Louis been pretty...
nerves went away quickly.
Tell he was nervous, so...
Yeah.
Look, it's not easy to find commentators, boundary riders, special contests. It's not easy to find. They don't exist. You can either do it or you can't.
Yeah, it's a special art. I mean, and look, not to big note ourselves by any means. Some people can think, oh, yeah, you just say this person goes to that person, you get names right and whatever. But it's the delivery and the experience of being able to tell that story and bring it to life and add the sound, add the music to... the lyrics, I should say, to the ultimate music that the teams are putting out in the field. And that's what separates the adults and the kids, I guess.
Speaking of our 2 roving Bryans, they're about to walk up back at the stairs now for the centre. But it's just good to have, we've had... We've had Ali Thorburn put a hand up and ask can she do it. We've had Phil put his hand up and ask if he can do it. And Carl Allen's done the same thing. So congratulations to you. It's welcome aboard. And
speaking of Ali Thorburn, she was doing some great work again, calling the netball for the live stream earlier today. And speaking of which, for the Lily Pilly Shed Damo once again, for those who have missed out, Mildura comfortable winners over Robinvale Euston 53-33. A real who's who of Mildura lady heat basketballers turning to the netball courts for both sides. You had both the Morello sisters, Alana and Ashley Morello, who only made a netball debut last week and starred, along with, of course, Ava Zadao, who's now become a real leader of the club, and then Jess McNamara, who's not a lady heat player, but one of the greatest netballers in the land, won the top gong a few years ago, still doing wonders in goal in the D, in goal shooter. And then on the other side, Robinvale Euston, I mean, they weren't short of lady heat players as well. Gab Maroney playing for them and Georgia Del Castagna.
For a par.
Roman Bryans, apparently.
Yeah, well, Phil's been in Mildura, and I went and had a listen to Donnie. Didn't learn too much. We just spoke on the way back. You don't... you go in with great expectations, but you hear the same stuff all the time, really. One thing that Donnie said is he's backing their fitness in.
Yep.
He said they worked hard during the pre-season in the heat for exactly this reason, and he reckons he might have a bit of leg speed on Mildura as well, but didn't really hear anything. They're pretty enthusiastic, but how'd you go, mate, in the listening to Mark Alvey, probably?
Yeah, it was. So pretty similar. He just seemed to think that when they had the game on their terms, they were doing well, but too often they were just letting Robinvale do what they liked, and particularly with some of those goals out the back, the turnover just turned into sort of a lot of one-way running from the Robinvale guys.
Now, it was interesting, we won't mention names, but when I come out, you were standing there with a well-known Mildura person who was of exactly the same opinion of us, wasn't he? And he's involved in the game. He'd like to see him head forward a little bit more than chipping it around in the back half.
Yeah, I think so. And I think most observers of the game would probably say a similar thing. It's sort of great controlling the ball, but at some stage we've got to pull the trigger and move, particularly when Pegararo's had the game that he has.
Exactly, and I might have heard that Carmelo got a bit of a spray for not doing his job properly, but it's pretty hard to do your job as a forward when they're mucking around with it at half back. So anyway, that's what happened at half time. Now at three-quarter time, Phil will go out, so we'll cross to Phil at which, if you decided who, you'll let us know which huddle you're going to, and we'll see if we can get you on the ground this time.
Straight out of the break,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Probably get to Mildura this one, I think.
Yeah, right.
To the Robinvale one at quarter time.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Phil, too, and all honesty to Chemist Warehouse. You've done a magnificent job first up, mate.
Yeah, thank you. And I probably don't get a look at a lot of footy that doesn't involve Own United, and sort of having the president role for the last couple of years, it's a massive role, and shout out to all the presidents what they're doing. It's such a complex thing now, so to just get out.
If us three don't send you mad by the end of the season, nothing will, Phil. So.
He's already mentioned that, Damo. He said you two have sent him mad already.
That was on my assignment sheet.
That might have been me. Sorry, that might have been me.
It's all good. It's great to have you on board, Phil. A point the difference about the start of the second half. What's an entertaining first half of football?
Have you been? You probably mentioned everything, the goal kickers and the better players and all that. But you've done that, I would imagine. Or have you been talking about Louise, Bulls Amy bus lines or what?
Well, after my bus shelter at MSP yesterday, thanks for the plug, Dano, by the way.
You could probably do with about 6 more bus shelters there, because there's not a lot of shade there just yet, is there?
Not on 33-degree days in late. I'll take the heat for you, Damo.
I think Donny Felvo might be right. He might have a bit of leg speed on him, you know.
Well, look, it was evident late in that second quarter, as we mentioned coming out of the break, that's what has been their main avenue to getting back in this contest and now sneaking in front. So we'll see. I mean, the thing that will help a lot is if that cloud cover stays over, make the on-ground temp a lot cooler, which means more energy to be able to continue to keep up that speed. So we'll see if it holds out.
Might get the ball to swing a bit too,
Yeah,
Louis.
true.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, certainly got no issue with length, and we've seen Achilles Panopoulos and Ethan Gill prove that.
Swing it both ways.
Yep.
Different grit of sandpaper.
I reckon there would have been a fair bit of planning go into Magro during the week. I
Well,
reckon
they've
there would have
picked
been.
so far.
I reckon there would have been a little bit going to Achilles at half time.
Yeah, probably now. Now they've certainly opened their eyes, and I reckon on the other side of the coin, the same will be with Robinvale Euston and Max Keel. Now, I mean, plenty on Pecoraro, and he's still got his two, but Keel is equally as dangerous, and they've made certain that they'll have to be more accountable for him, and even if that means getting Jacob Greffer, with all due respect, who's old enough to be his father, taking one-on-ones on him. 37-year-old up against a 16, 17-year-old.
Well, Achilles Panopoulos is the best forward on the ground for mine at the moment.
He's marking something else.
He's
I've been really impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, and he kicks at 65 as well. I heard in well, whether he'll be, it's a bit premature, I know, but whether he'll be here next year's...
bigger and better things, footy-wise for him, maybe.
I've only seen him for half a footy, but he looks good.
Yep.
So now, focus for me is on Magro, who's gone forward again. So here we go, start of the third. Louis?
Big lead up, and it's Gill who starts this time in the ruck for him. So good move by Donny Falvo and Vince Utica to get Ethan Gill in there. And at least go inch for inch height-wise with Lee. Lee muscles his way to the front. Gill scrags him down. And there is the half-a-meat ball. Getting it out there, Antonio Mezzatesta, but he has moved, in all seriousness, he has moved quite well today. Loving the pre-season work he's done. Sadly, the kick wasn't all that good. Cut off by Mildura. Now Lee gets a mark and a kick forward. Turner involved with the fist. But well trapped by Lando. However, it's pickpocketed by Waddy. Waddy draws an opponent in, but then only finds Kerridge. Gets the turnover. No handball in close here. Well done by Judah. Force it forward again. Lahoo. Too hot for him, though. Waddy goes in for a second crack at it. This time, kick up the line to Joseph Mezzatesta on the half volley. Beautiful pick up into his brother. And Antonio Mezzatesta now finds Gill at centre half back. Well recovered by Robinvale Euston there. Pretty hot in the furnace along the wing, but they've now crowded the space into Joseph Matteo.
So Matteo, who's had a good game so far, kicks it out to Leslie, who run on nicely. He's in front of the scoreboard for the Eagles. Good build-up coming out of the back half. He kicks it long to centre half forward. There's a mark, I think it was Hurley flew from Mildura. It comes down the front. Good handball forward. So the D's get it back inside. He's missed all targets there. Mildura got the ascendancy. It comes out the back. Is that a high tackle? No, the umpire says holding the ball. Fair enough, too. Well done.
Zach Leslie that time.
Eagles go back the other way through the meat ball. Rogerson at the back, is it? No, it's not Rogerson. Mildura get the ball.
Gosman now.
That's well done. It kicks it out looking for Josh Goss, who's still battling on the back flank. Still got it, Josh Goss. Gorman's tackled. Lucky to get away with that. Kerridge goes in, puts a bump on. That's a fair handball out to Laihu, who completely fuffed it, then was tackled. And now the umpire's going to come in and...
That was a great handball from Brendan Jewett at Laihu.
Yeah, pity he didn't grab it and take off, wasn't it, really?
Yep, that was a great vision.
Jesse Gorman getting into it behind the ball as Lee and Big Gill go at it. Gill bends over, picks it up off the ground. Handball out the back. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That was actually really good to Julian. He kicks it to the middle of the ground, lets it bounce. Robinvale seem to have the ascendancy at the moment. Back to Julian, who's got a bit of time. That's not 15. That'll be play on either way. Walker, who's come on and had a good couple of minutes, actually.
Judah Brown.
Well done. Elijah Brown, who could lift a little bit. He is the big fella in Pagararo. Gets bundled over no holds barred there as he gets shoved over the line.
From Jacob Greffer, 280-game superstar. And, well, we talk about...
Done that once or twice, hasn't he?
Yeah, talk about potential stage fright for you, Phil. You've shown absolutely none of. Maybe Elijah Brown, a little bit of stage fright in his 50th. First time we've really called him today.
Been pretty fumbly in general, Mildura, to start this third quarter.
Yeah. There's Meatball once again, this time Ragdoll. Jones, the tanned one. Now he creates a bit of space for Brown. We called his name to get more involved, and he's whacked the right-hand goalpost on the running banana.
And he's a confidence player too, Brown, so whether that'll give him a little bit or not, he'd be disappointed. But it wasn't a bad effort all the same.
Turner, out of the trusty wing, and finds...
a teammate.
Yeah, finds his teammate. I reckon that's got to be...
I hope so.
Hey? Yeah, it's got to be Marcus Waddy.
I think this might be Minch now.
Back to Minch now,
It's on the half-back flank. Left footer. It's a good kick from Mensch too.
Yep.
Gains about 50. They've got it out near the boundary line in front of the scoreboard. 6-7 apiece it is.
That's a good lead up in from Leon Johnson. Yeah, they go deep.
Smart.
The goal square. It's 1-on-1 contest. I reckon it's Achilles, is it?
It is.
It is. That's a good 1-on-1 mark. He's taken it on his chest bar on his side, but he's worked his way into the front position from behind to do that. That's a really clever mark.
I don't like the matchup, him and Gorman.
Wow.
Not the way that Achilles is marking the ball.
So young Achilles Panopoulos had better come in and take another shot. Oh, was his third?
Sounded like Achilles Snuffleupagus.
Yeah. I'm dull. I'm not very well today, boys.
Stick with Achilles.
Achilles.
He's got 2 well intact ones. Going for goal number 4. Thank you very much. Yup.
That's a great mark.
So it's say oppa for Achilles. Who, of course, was Hannity's jumper on his debut last week by none other than former mayor of Swan Hill Council, John Cadis, last week.
Well, that's useless for the trivia this
Absolutely.
afternoon. That's changed the shade of my day. That did.
I know. Sorry to bring politics into it. Jay Benham, if you're listening.
Also, know you used to watch Sesame Street too. Balls back to the centre of Broadway.
Don't you dare talk ill of Sesame Street, please.
Any chance of you
I'll
blokes-
get Big Bird on you.
Can you get on track a little bit? Just a little bit.
Phil, take over.
With the footy, he's gone long in towards the Big West Perth recruit. Couldn't take it. Here comes Braden Turner with the ball to Mick Zapier. That's going to roll out of bounds, I would suggest, in that pocket. They haven't gone far at all.
Mick will get it again,
He
I think.
will. Elijah
He's
Brown's
clever.
gonna be
He's
first
clever.
there.
He gets 2 possessions there, Mick, so he's done well.
He's done very well to do that one. Marcus Foddy with the football.
He's played well.
he has.
He's played well. There's Johnson flies. Couldn't mark it, but he's pretty good on the ground, Big Leon, too.
Yeah.
So he belts it towards the boundary line and they'll get a stop in front of the scoreboard that reads Robinvale, Euston 7-7-49, Mildura 6-7-43. Louis, you know what the next question is? How long have we been going?
6 minutes for some GT Pirate.
Thank you.
Hey, Lee, Gill that time down in front. Kerridge got it taken away from him by his teammate and Jew. He got long. That's a thumping kick. Max Keel's going to be first to this, but the boundary line's going to beat everybody.
There you go. There's generational matchup there again, Phil. Gareffa on Keel.
Yeah, there is.
And a great vintage fist over the top from Gareffa.
It's been a pretty good start to the third quarter from Robinvale. They sort of weathered that storm that Mildura winning a lot of contests, but they've held up well and then kicked one of their own.
I'm not sure that's the best option to kick it on top of Max Keel's head when you got that bloke on you,
exactly.
is it? Probably look for a lead, really, but there's a good contest here with Plugger Murphy and who's the other fella there? Joe Mezzatesta. A couple of good players there that are hard at it. So there's a throw-in right in front of us. It'll be Gill and Lee. Lee doesn't get much of a spell, really, does he? Oh, no, he does most of it, as Gill sort of manhandles him out of the way. Mezzatesta goes in, uses some strength to shrug off a tackle or turn, kick it. Martin's a bit of a chance if he gets a good bounce.
Well,
he really didn't.
Got a rotten bounce.
But he's got Rogerson who gets tackled immediately. Well done, Robinvale. Oh, I don't think it was holding the ball. He didn't have much time, but the umpire called a free, then said play on. Leon Johnson with a bit of a chance. Got 2 on him. Someone needs to tackle him. Got back inside. Kerridge a chance now. Shrugs off a tackle. Gives it to Lee. Gets it out looking for Lai who gets a good, nice push on, but then falls over. That was a bit unfortunate. Matteo gets it back to Marcus Watty, who's playing very well. And there's Johnson again, who's having a good 5 minutes, the big fella, Leon Johnson. It's not his best kick, but the umpire's
downfield
got a downfield free kick.
It might be Achilles again, I think.
Yeah, it's Achilles again.
He's a real problem now, isn't he?
Well, it is because it's Gorman on the mark, yeah. So
who would have thought coming in today, Pirate, that Magro would actually play the decoy role and let Achilles Panopoulos dominate the forward line?
He was definitely holding back from running off there. So,
and he's also definitely the key forward on the ground, isn't he?
Yep, going for a bag of 5 now with this kick. They've all come from set shots.
Yeah, well, he's an absolute gun, set shotter.
At the risk of mozzing him, he hadn't looked like missing one either. They've all gone through post.
We'll see if you get your first one now, Phil. You write this in.
At the 7-minute mark of the third quarter, you've done it. You've done it.
He didn't make the distance.
You're a true commentator now.
No, that's a moz. That's a moz.
That's a moz.
That's a bad moz. Didn't make the distance, Phil. Jeez.
Everyone in from Mildura is saying, let that boy talk more.
Yep. Ball comes back in outside of Brian over. Johnson, lovely spoil.
You knew that was going to happen straight away.
I don't have to back him on in ever again.
Charlie Lee fights back. I reckon it's Dylan Murphy over the footy. Free kick goes back to Leon Johnson.
Yeah.
Didn't see what that was for, Lou, but he's going to pump it long.
Over Magro's head that time. As well as on camera.
Ben Hurley's taken the mark.
Yep.
He's going to come out long towards Tarrant Laihu. He should take the mark. It doesn't. Goss now onto the crumbs.
Difficult mark. Goss, that's in the back up. Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Matty Oakes. He did so much great work to beat the two against him. Sadly,
the ground.
into Goslin's back. Yep.
Who's he got to go to?
You only got Walker really, or Rogerson short, but there's no one leading up for Mildura at all.
Brody Jones now presents himself, sort of.
Josh Dean comes on. They're all just sort of waving and pointing at the moment. So he goes cross to Martin. It's almost at centre half back for Mildura. Robinvale Euston by 1 goal. Josh Dean leads forward, takes the mark. They haven't gone any ground. They're back where Matteo gave away the push in the back.
Oh, not going to have this again, are we, Byron?
Well, I hope not, but...
there we go.
Well, that's not a great kick, as Gill, that's the easiest mark he's taken for 6 years.
I think Dane Grace completely lost where he was then.
Yep. Lost all footing, Domo.
Just look like they're a little bit more on at the moment, Robinvale, don't they?
Yep, come out a little bit more switched on. Gill, that lovely left foot. He's propped it up. Two Mildura guys should have raffled it and didn't. Back then, Marcus Foddy's make sure it's gone out of bounds through Tyler Martin.
Free kick to Hurley.
It is too. Benny Hurley's got the free kick, the vice captain. Broke his leg in round 5 last year, wasn't seen again, so he's a virtual recruit. Goes in short, finds Brendan Dew. He's impressed me this afternoon for the Barossa Districts. Dane Grace, he slipped over right in the crucial time, Pirate. Marcus Swatty now with the ball. Good tackle from Tarrant Laihu, though. I reckon Joey Matteo could have been taken that without had it. Dew done the tackling. Deep inside the Robinvale forward line, and Achilles lucky not to get it again. Another minor score for the Robinvale Euston Eagles, turns them to 7-8-50, 6-7-43. Mildura and Ag Supply scoreboard, probably 6 or 7 minutes into the third term.
Times 2, nearly. Make that 11 1/4, Domo.
11 1/4 minutes gone, Lee.
Yep. Yeah.
Not moving at all. Well,
no confidence to want to try a couple of risks and see if they can do some counteract work against Robinvale Euston. They're not going for it at all. And Goss has it now at right half back. Utica manning the mark. Clears him. This is where they've been falling down so far in this similar. Gill nowhere near that contest though. Kerridge was. Helps force it forward. But again, Matteo, who is just dominating no matter where they put him on the ground, gets to that first. Turner, tunnel handball. And it looks like Waddy was involved with that one, trying to lock it away. And the umpire is going to call it back.
Laihu on the bottom. He did well to keep it in, actually. But you're right, Matteo's going all right. He goes back onto Kerridge now in the forward pocket. Yes, it is. Yep. Kerridge has beaten everyone else that's been on him today. So we'll see how that goes. Dane Grace in the ruck for Mildura at the moment. He's up against Big Ethan Gill as the umpire throws it up on the flank. Mezzatest is having a good game. Strength again. Roger will be tackled here, and he's tackled well, but he didn't have any time to get rid of it at all. No time.
No, Joey Mezzatest made sure of that. Well, good tap from Dane Grace down to Jones.
Just need to get it forward, Mildura.
Good smother, Utica.
He goes back to Dane Grace again. Brody Jones tried to crash his way through and couldn't. Mezzatest, Joey comes out onto James Zapier. That's a pretty good tackle there from Josh Dean on backs to Mensch.
Yep. Did well not to cannon to his back, even though Mensch is asking the question.
That should have been a free kick, shouldn't it?
Yeah, just did enough not to get over the shoulder then.
Grace and Gill go at it. Gill that time, cleverly, but he doesn't go any further because Brendan Dew has wrapped him up.
Yep.
The meatball.
Got an unhappy playing coach out there for Mildura at the moment. He's yelling at all and sundry, and I can see why. Robinvale are just on top at the moment. And
another free kick to him here, Pirate.
Well, they can't. And if Mildura get it forward, they've got some talent up there. Just can't get it forward.
Careful, Ethan. Don't get your knee into your opponent's head there. Trying to get the ball off him. On Jones, but anyway. Bit unusual for Ethan Gill to get too angry.
No, he's got the same problem. No one up forward running at him.
Yeah, Demons all flooded back, Damo. Oh, target was Waddy, went through his hands, but he'll get the handball receive here. Well done from Joseph Mezzatessa, right on the boundary. Goes up towards Achilles Panopoulos. They had to beat 2 this time. Mildura realised the big problem he's created, and Gosman ends up taking the mark.
Oh, Gosman did well then. He used his body quite well. I was a bit afraid the umpire was going to blow the whistle, but that was fair enough. He goes across ground.
And then
he's going to get it back again, as Mildura have done for a lot of the day, this chipping ball going from side to side.
Brendan Dew can't take it.
No, and that's what happens. You just not quite up to it. It's not Geelong or Collingwood. This is Mildura, and let's get it forward a little bit, boys, please.
Yeah, they've got to take the game on part.
Yeah, the ball has been camped down the Robinvale end for most of this quarter.
Yeah,
They've got the aid of a 2 or 3 goal breeze, probably Mildura, so...
All these to Chemist Warehouse, Phil Cure.
Sorry, Phil, look at the talent in the forward half, and it's just not going anywhere near him at the moment.
Julian, back to Gill. He gets rid of it again. He goes... Oh, Mildura got the ball now. They're going to come out by hand to Goss.
Kick it long, Josh.
He's going to step around Mick Zappia and go up. Not very long at all, partner. With misdirected kick.
And that is just fantastic for Mick Zappia.
Yep.
Cat and mouse, man. It turned from easy to difficult for that kick from Goss, and Matteo takes another intercept. He's probably nearly in double figures for intercepts today, Joseph Matteo. And that one...
Out in the full.
Just out in the full. James Zappia tried everything to save it, but ran out of real estate.
Josh Dean with the footy. 7 points of difference. Robinvale used to lead. He's gone short, found Jones, the tan man.
Field, Pecoraro and Kerridge forward, so I don't know why you wouldn't be going somewhere near him. Well, there's Kerridge out the back now.
Johnny Lee deserves a free kick there.
He's going to get one. So get Pecoraro involved here. Pop it on his head.
He's going for Keel instead. Yeah. And he has the same problem that Matteo had. Out of bounds on the full.
Off the way a little bit at the moment, the Demons.
Yeah, Breeze picked up, though. I think that one pushes to the right more too, Phil. Looks like it's starting to go towards the right of goals at 81 Avenue end.
Jacob Garaffa now with the football deep in that back pocket. Max Keel on the mark. 81 Avenue end. Grandstand side of Brian Waitman Oval. He's going to go long down the line. He'll look for Gill.
Get up, Josh.
There. Oh. That was a good contest. Marcus Foddy with the ball out of bounds with Brendan Dew.
Yeah, I reckon that Breeze has picked up now towards the end of Avenue end. That ball did hold up.
Well, Dew had every chance to fly there, get over the top, and he stood down below. Anyway, well, Drew a chance to lock it in here and have a bit of a chance for a shot on goal. As Dew's got it now, gets stripped of it by Gill. That was well done. Goes back in again. That's not a bad kick, just over the head of Walker, so it wasn't that great, actually. Walker's got it now. Here's a goal to Mildura. You'd think if they could only pick it up. Pecoraro couldn't. Robinvale back in numbers now, happy to get it somewhere towards the line, but they keep it in. Here's Leslie. He takes off around the flankish, back pocketish sort of thing, kicks it out. And a nice kick too, nice weighted ball, Robinvale back flank mark.
Matty Camera with this one.
Matty Camera, yeah. So, gee, that was a lost opportunity for Mildura. They had all the numbers to keep the ball in, and it's gone out the other side, and they've lost it.
Yeah, well, two sides of the story. First quarter, that would have been a clean pick-up and goal for Pecoraro, but as Phil mentioned earlier this quarter, they've got a real touch of the fumbles, the Demons. And Robinvale Euston haven't fully made them pay on the scoreboard yet, but certainly have the game on their terms right now as they force the ball up inside the centre square over on the 11th Street side of Brian Waitman Oval.
We've talked a bit about the fumbling of Mildura, but Robinvale's pressure's been excellent this quarter.
Really turned up a few notches, showing they still have plenty of energy left to ride this one out. As Rogerson now, we want to see him probably more up the ground now, though he's done some great work in defence. Lando, his handball's cut off by Leslie, and now Martin fights his way through. Will he pick up a free kick along the way? Well, it won't be his, it'll be Lando's instead. Slightly off the ball.
He's blew the whistle late.
Yeah.
He's 2 possessions before.
Here comes Lando now. We'll see if Pecoraro is the target. 4 to beat. Only one went up with him, but off hands. Is this Brown, the 50-gamer? Well, it pushes the right regardless, one behind.
4 to beat. You just said it, 4 to beat.
Yep.
It nearly cost the Eagles on the counter, but luckily for them, just a one-liner.
6-8-44 Mildura. 7-8-50 on Egg Supply scoreboard. Robinvale Euston. 18 minutes gone to third term, thanks to SMGT. Ball is out of bounds on the grandstand side. Brendan Dew from Mildura is going to take the free kick.
I'll get out of the way and give it to Pecoraro, surely. Everyone get out of his way.
Set up
Let him fly.
Max Gill nearly ran it off the pack. Out comes the Robinvale defence towards Zach Leslie. He's got control of it now in front of Tyler Martin. He's going to go long down the line scoreboard side. Ben Hurley's going to run on and pick it up beautifully in the end. goes short with his teammate. Well, not quite. Johnson sport that over the top of Sam Kerridge. Zach Leslie's fighting hard for that at the boundary line. The boundary umpire says throw it here.
High tackle.
High tackle.
Martin free kick, yep.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
He's had a pretty good third term. Tyler Martin got long. Got a lovely left foot. Well, Braden Turner with a good punch. And Jack Walker's going to run and kick out.
No, he won't.
Very.
Not as comical as the Nagel one yesterday, but still, that's the pressure again from old Euston, Phil.
No, that was an airy.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it's got in their heads now a little bit, Damo.
So Braden Turner for the Robinvale Football Club will bring it back in grandstand side. He's going to try and find Raf Balzami. You didn't take the mark.
Matteo did, though.
Joey did, yeah. Joey Matteo took
What
the
a
mark.
game.
In front of Jack Walker. He's going to play on. Goes long down the line. Big Pat goes at it. I reckon the boundary line's beat everybody. Not quite. Out of bounds. I thought it was out in the full for a minute.
Was out in the full, mate.
I thought it was.
I think the young boundary umpire was a little bit intimidated there, but...
So Grace and Wakalivu will go at it. Wakalivu down. Josh Dean with the best of that. James Zappi wrapped him up. They out to Rogerson. He's going to do something with it as he always does. There was Jack Walker. And I reckon Braden Turner's given... No. Punch out of bounds.
Just sees over the line over the top of Walker with the spoil.
Dane Grace now on the ruck against Swakaliva. The ball's slowly working away inside the 50 for Mildura. Grace that time to no one in particular. That's too high. Joey Mattio's cocked one high for the Eagles. He took his head off. I reckon he felt it too.
Well, the way he's playing, it would have been better for Mildura if they did.
Got and found the Jenny Craig version of the meatball.
Yes.
So he's got... It hasn't played too badly today.
They still exist, Jenny Craig?
Yeah, I think so. Ethan Gill, not quite. Josh Dean with the footy works his way backwards to Martin. He's going to go back on that left foot, dribble, smothered, and it's gone out of bounds.
Unless Mildura kick 4 goals for the rest of this quarter, which is highly unlikely, Robinvale are going to get this game. Because that breeze has definitely picked up. Phil and I noticed it when we were walking back from the rooms, and Mildura just cannot get it forward with any sort of system to get it to their big full forward.
And if it stays that way, Pirate, Robinvale used to have that in the last quarter as that one bamboozles Balzami that time. Mezzatesta Anthony lends a hand and helps cause a stoppage.
Well, that's right, Louis, and the coach seems to think that they're very, very fit. Well, he'd know, I suppose, wouldn't he? So he's pretty confident.
He's not wrong so far, Donny.
He's pretty confident in the way they can run it out. So Mildura need to extract a digit here real quick.
Yep. To see another mad scramble between Josh Dean and the all-protein, no-carbs meatball.
Not to mention that we've all picked Mildura.
Well done, Dane Gross to Kerridge. Didn't have the footy, Sam Kerridge. Did have, but only momentarily. He's going inboard.
Well, there must be a free somewhere for Mildura.
Slater's going to go... Braden Turner's going to chop into the hole and play on in front of Max Keel. Comes out there by foot.
That's unforgivable, really.
Yeah, that is unforgivable, Pirate. There's no doubt about that. Found Joey Mezzatesta. He's gone out wide.
Utica here.
Yeah, Utica. Slater on the top of the fist.
A little bit. He did.
He's got a try, Pirate, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, there was an average kick going forward. Umpire's letting play going on a little bit. Mick Zappia with a wobbler, looking for Gill, who tackled a Mildura opponent who didn't have it.
It's Gosman then.
Yeah, well, that's what's been... Gosman's a little angry at the moment, but it's his free kick. Does he realise it's his free kick?
No, he did not do anything for it.
He does now, because he's handed in the ball.
Yeah.
He kicks across looking for Hurley, who's probably lifted a bit. He was quieter early. He kicks it to Kerridge, who's been probably pretty good all day. Well, not probably. He's been real good all day. He kicks a worm burner. Go to ground. That's, if anything, that's holding the ball, Mr. Brewell.
Nope. Not quite, but again, another textbook tackle from the evergreen Jacob Garefa.
I thought that Keel went to ground there. I really did, and it was a great tackle. But anyway, he's caused a stoppage. Turner gets it, hacks it out. Dylan Murphy a chance. Good trap. That's high.
That's aggro again.
3/4 time siren at 6:9:45 Mildura.
We'll keep an eye on you, Phil.
On the X Supply scoreboard, 7:850. 3/4 time here at Brian Waitman Oval. Robinvale Euston Eagles lead by 5 points. We'll take a break. We'll be back here live at Brian Waitman Oval shortly.
This is the Gateway Mildura SFNL 2025 season on River Footy 67. Local footy's home ground.
Harvey Norman Easter Super Deals. Update your tech with super savings in-store and online. Save $200 on HP 15-inch Intel i5 laptop, now $898. Save a huge $400 on Lenovo IdeaPad Copilot Plus PC with Snapdragon processor, just $1,298. Save $350 on Samsung Galaxy S24, now only $887. And save $70 on JBL Live headphones, now just $178. Be quick, Easter Super Deals ends Monday. Harvey Norman, best range, best brands, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Your search for Mildura's premier event space is over. Securing your perfect event space is just a click away. Whether you're planning a milestone celebration, corporate gathering, or festive occasion, book the Gateway or Verde Mildura.
Enjoy everything the Euston Club Resort has to offer. Sunday to Thursday, 10:30am to 11pm, and Friday and Saturday, 10:30am till midnight. Station 46 Bistro, open 7 days a week. Bookings recommended. Members draws, cash draws, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays between 6 and 8pm. Weekly Wednesday raffles from 7pm. Free live entertainment Friday and Saturday night. Become a member. It's easy and affordable with huge benefits. Visit www.eustonclub.com.au.
Get ready, outdoor adventure lovers, because 4-Wheel Drive Supercenter's huge Easter sale is on now. The Adventure Kings are bringing out the best deals for this Easter long weekend. We're talking unbeatable deals on all your Adventure Kings favourites, like lithium batteries, portable fridges, solar, rooftop tents, outdoor cookware, swags and more. It's deal after deal all Easter weekend. But hurry, stock is already flying out the door. So race into your local 4-Wheel Drive Supercentre now and shop our huge Easter sale now before stock runs out. The Discount Kings will always get you out there for less.
And Robert, do you promise to care for Sarah? Like my car's lifetime guarantee on all work with almost any car repair.
I do?
Get the care you deserve at My Car Tyre and Auto. People first. T's and C's apply.
Think JMP for all your residential, industrial and rural plumbing maintenance and gas needs. Available around the clock for all emergency works. Servicing the Sunraysia district. Specialising in block drains and drainage issues. Call Jason Moss Plumbing and Gas 0408 579 216.
Save up to 50% off at the Glory.
We can get to him once they break away and start heading their positions so we can get him on air. He's done a great job this afternoon, and a bit like the Robinvale Euston Football Club have been a pretty disciplined unit all day. Tackled hard, ran hard and been pretty disciplined.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Damo, and as Pirate mentioned when he listened to Donny Falvo at half-time, that was their main task was to use all the fitness they've put into the pre-season, which doesn't surprise me at all, as Phil Cure is now ready on the boundary. What have you learned, Phil, from the Mildura huddle?
Well, they see it as a real opportunity here. They feel like they haven't probably played their best footy, but going into the breeze, still within 5 points, I think we're going to see a really bold Mildura that are going to take it on this quarter. They were pretty matter-of-fact.
Yep. So I just lost Phil, I think, just towards the end there, Damo.
All those chemistry, thank you, Phil.
Great stuff as always on your debut, but yeah, so we've got the last will be pretty matter-of-fact, which, we'll see if we can get the finish there. Sorry, we just lost that little bit of connection there, Phil, so we can go again.
No, I think you've got me. We'll see a really bold Mildura this quarter, which I think will make for some really exciting footy. The breeze isn't, it's sort of, it's there, but it's only that 2 or 3 goals. Still, it hasn't picked up or anything, so I think there's going to be an opportunity for Mildura to run it in a bit. I think they felt like they wasted the footy moving forward.
Yep,
we've lost me again.
Back now. Yep.
Yeah, I think we'll see them be really bold this quarter, and I think we'll see much of the same from Robinvale. They wouldn't want to change too much. Lots of pressure, move the ball quick when they've got it.
All thanks to Chemistry House, Phil Cure, the former United president, down there on their boundary right this afternoon, doing a top job for Chemistry House.
Doing the Lord's work for River 67 local footy's home ground on the boundary. An absolute natural in the media.
No, I expected him to say that they've got to take the game on. They need to take a chance at 2 Pirate Mildura.
Well, funny you should say that, because a very good friend of mine is watching and listening to us live on YouTube, Nathan Murphy, the great Nathan Murphy, Mildura Stewart. Totally agree with you, Pirate. Get Pecoraro one out and get it into him. Only way they will win the game. Love Murph.
Yeah, no, you did right.
Well, Murph, he knows about footy. And, you know, probably there might be a few around here at the minute that don't. They're not going to win it now. I don't think they're going to win it now. Not with Robinvale's confidence up. And that's got to be a 3-goal breeze. Yeah, you know, you can win it against the Breeze, but it's harder. It's just simply harder, and they're not playing very well at the minute.
No, they've
got their tails up. Your man Mattio's having some sort of a day. The back half, Turner's going good too. Like their back half's holding up pretty well, and it makes it easier for them when it's not coming in quick. And it's just simply not coming in quick.
Yep, and even though you know, we call more to create that open space in Mildura's forward line for Pecoraro, the man who's got the job on him, he's not always that experience down in defence, is certainly not in Sunraysia footy league at senior level because it's only his second game, but he did a little bit in the Mildura for Cardross, and that's Nick Nealand. Big credit to him too. He's still only 20 years of age himself with a massive task, and he can hold his head up high as well in playing his part in keeping Pecoraro just to 2 goals.
That's right. When you're forward 3, the only 3 Mildura players inside the 50 are Pecoraro, Kerridge and Keel. The idea would be to get it in. Anyway.
Yep.
As quick as you possibly can.
Which is what Robinvale Euston have been able to prove since pretty much halfway through that second term, maybe a bit before that. So we get set, ready to go for a grandstand finish here on Easter Saturday, 2025, River 1467, local footy resort and home ground, all for the Gateway. The G, the place to be, and here is the final stanza. Underway, and it's Dew who gets under everyone and gets the clearing kick inside 50. Kerridge held off it by Turner, was he? No, play on's the call.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get a gift, right?
Absolutely.
Utica takes the market right half back. Braden Turner will certainly be looking to buy a lottery ticket after that one for sure. As Utica now waxes it here with Mensch. Draws a tackler in, uses Mattio once more. For mine, the best player on the ground today. Back to Utica again, and Gill reaches up, couldn't take it. Off hands here, Lee. Tackled by his opposite number 1 in Johnson. This one trickles inside 450 for the Eagles. Great pick up by the skipper, Zapier James. Into Dion Cameron, the Mosquito fleet, turning it back to the 90s. No, one behind. Back to 1 goal to margin.
Good call, Louis. Good call. Very excitable by you.
Oh, jeez.
As they play on, Mildura kick it directly out on the full.
Right to that pop-up tent.
And here we got one free. Who's that? Is that Matty Camera?
Straight from Waddy.
Oh, that's a shocker. Worst kick Matty Camera's ever done.
You call it a Vince Brizzy special?
That is a Vince Brizzy special. Well, it didn't float quite the same, but close. Jesse Cosman with the football. As a shocker, he shanked it, didn't he?
2 shockers in a row, really.
He's going to go, you want to make sure of that. He's found his mate, and Mr. Seward.
Kick it up the guts if you can. Kick it to John O'Lee, and then they can bring it to ground and run on. No, he's going to go sideways.
Back to Brody Jones. Don't start this again. They're going to move the football over to Tyler Martin. He'll do something with it, surely. On that trusty left foot goes long. Looks for Kerridge on Turner. Kerridge is going to take a lovely mark.
Yeah, that was too. So at least they eventually got it forward. He comes inside to the Rolls-Royce. Rogerton, who usually does something nice with the ball. Spearing looking ball. Oh, my goodness. It's put McDonald's dog.
Yes.
G'day, mate. How you going? Good to see you.
2 legends, Canine and Human, as Mildura have a shot on goal. And it's only a minor score there.
I thought that was
big man Pecoraro, I think it was.
I thought that was Phil Cure licking me arm there. That's where he's been sitting all day.
So back to 5 points the margin. The Eagles have it on the Mildura scoreboard, 7-9-51 to 6-10-46. What can Mildura do to try and keep this one locked away in their forward half? Nothing there because Mattio, once again, pinpoint pass to the plant-based meatball.
Who might be second best. He's played a ripper.
I'm telling you, I know we're taking liberties with the nicknames, but that's for good reason because of the mountain of work he's done in the pre-season to shed 12 kilos and move equally as quick, if not quicker, than his brother Joseph. It's an amazing transformation for Antonio, and we're very proud of him for it. As now Hurley cuts it off at left half back into Martin, and on cue again, Antonio is a tester.
Well, he's been at least top 3. He's been really good today.
Without a doubt. Until then.
Put the moz on him as he kicks it straight to Dean, who gives it to Jones.
kick.
At least they're sort of going somewhere forward, but Pecoraro 1 out against about 5. Lando not happy, but I don't know why Camello's flying when Pecораro's there. Anyway, it comes back the other way.
James Zappia.
James Zappia for Robinvale. Kicks it along the ground, really, which was effective.
To Baxter Mensch, back to Matthew Camera. He's going to go, you caught.
Just
gets
caught.
rid of it. Mensch is going to run onto it. Left foot.
Oh, please.
Mensch?
Thank you very much. No. Not thank you. Just one behind.
Baxter Mensch.
How about that pickup from him, too? He's run away from that ball sideways and just gathered it up on the right hand. His old man David would even be proud of that.
Not missed the
The
goal by
Geelong
much
centre half forward champion of the 90s.
Well, that was extraordinary. Yeah, well, Mensch, I thought, I couldn't pick if it was Mensch or Magro, but because they both got the same sort of ability.
So Seawood brings the ball back in. Spencer. Not a bad kick. Finds his teammate Tyler Martin in that back pocket. Got to go long from this kick, Pirate. They've got to start to move the footy, Mildura, I think.
Nothing there, nothing on down the line except Ethan Gill. So he plays on around the mark to gain some sort of advantage. Kicks it out where Kerridge is. Geez, he's done that a few times. Tapped it up, then marked it with the one hand again.
Yeah, 2 in a row
but
now.
Yeah, long way from goal.
Oh, he's popped it over the top and found Dylan Murphy.
No, won't be Dylan Murphy, I don't think. The Robinvale back half have been supreme since half time.
Bench.
They come back through the middle.
There's a test. Goldsman couldn't take it.
He should have taken it. He should have taken it because now Robinvale are going to get a shot on goal and it's going to be Magro out the back. If he can just get there. Oh, jeez. What's he doing there?
Oh. He's waiting for the timer, the alarm clock to go off.
He chased it very hard.
And the batteries ran out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Jess Gorman now over to Tarrant Lyhu. He didn't chase that really hard. Well, look like that from here anyway. Lyhu goes short, finds Rogerson.
He must have had a reason. Must have something in his mind.
Who hasn't been Mildura's worst?
My Stephen Milne style in 2010 grand final. Sorry, Pirate.
No, that's all right. Well, we ended up with that, didn't we?
We did too.
Yeah.
Well, you did, yes. Not me.
I don't reckon Milne went for the So, Mildura, a little bit of a chance here. No, well done again by that man, Matteo. He beat 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 there. And one of those fellas was Sam Kerridge, so he got it over the line, which is exactly what he wanted him to do. So throw in. Just around from the Mildura booth. All the frothy boys are having a nice day. Or they were until half time.
Yeah, that's all half time, exactly. Johnny Lee goes at it. Johnson wraps up.
Too high, Josh Dean.
It's hard to do when they're on their way down, no Pirate, isn't it?
Yeah, but we still see it. So Dean spins around, kicks it. Pecoraro, they fly against him again. Ball comes down the front. Anthony Mezzatesta got it out. He's got it out to Julian Utica. Wobbler from Utica goes down the line. They won't worry Robinvale too much. Goes out, bounds in front of Leon Johnson.
No, Julian's down 2 behind play, Pirate. I
think he was hit, was he?
Yeah.
Was he hit?
He's trying to get back up and he's wincing in pain as soon as he sits up too. So it's not looking too good for Julian. Now he's on his hands and knees.
Well, he's playing.
Unless the knee injury, I hope it's not for him.
Well, the players aren't overly worried about it, are they?
No, player goes in. The umpires are not too for the professionals' real estate. As Dew comes out the back, Rogerson helped clear a path for him. Dances around Anthony Mezzatesta. Here's the opportunity here. Finally, 1-on-1 for Pecoraro, but again, not to his advantage. Out the back, Robinvale Euston with Nealon, who's done a mountain of work for a youngster in only his second senior game in the SFNL. He's hack off the ground as far as Lando, who's played 1,000 games. Wentworth and for Mildura. That one there on as far as Turner, who then leaves it for Gorefa, and now I think play will stop. As Waddy has the mark not far from where Utica is. I hope for his sake it might just be cramped. Just as
it is. It's cramped.
Yep, his left's cramped.
Well,
that's all right.
I'm not sure that you stopped the game. Well, they didn't stop
all right.
it. No, they
Thank
did.
goodness.
I don't think they did stop the game for the cramp, actually. It's because
got called back. Yeah.
St Mildura's goal square with Kerridge with the ball with 3 tackles on him, and one of them was the meatball again.
Yep. I think now might be Mickey Zappia that has the footy this time.
I don't know what that free kick was for, but it is Mick Zappia. He plays on to the pocket.
Yep.
Bench.
Yep.
Mensch again, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a handy pickup, Mensch, that's for sure.
See how close he goes to 40 touches today, up to 43 in his debut for Robinvale Euston last week against Murbean. Now Leslie shrugs off the Goss tackle, handballs it further afield to centre wing in the 11th Street side, and we're going to get a stoppage here. So, really is on Robinvale Euston's terms right now, fellas.
Yep, 8-10, 6-10, 46, 7-11, 53 on the extra point scoreboard. Robinvale Euston lead by that 7 points. It looked like kicking goal at the moment, Demons.
Well, neither do Robinvale, really. They've only kicked 3 points this quarter, but they hold the ascendancy as Kerridge goes back in for a second go. Gets it forward. Here's Pegararo. That's the way you do it, boys. That's the way you do it. Let him run out and kick it long to him. Nathan Murphy, you're a genius, just like our panel. Nah, fair dinkum. How simple is it? So that's his... well, it's not simple, but...
Spread him out of there.
Not really that simple, but it looks good when it happens.
Oh, well, it's like with anything, Pie, especially in football, we can easily overcomplicate the simple. Just get it in along, get to the big bloke, one out, look what happens.
All of these little fellas, these incidental little forwards, get out of the way and let him fly and take a mark. Flying against him.
You got your ears on there, Phil? No, he's off talking to the Robinvale supporters. Ball's back to the centre. Backs the bench, goes on with our left foot again.
Keep trying him, David. Yeah, Phil, we got you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm here, boys. Just copping a bit from the Robinvale supporters. So.
That's all right. You probably deserve it.
No, I think we were right at three-quarter time. The ball's going up and back. I think they really appreciated that breather. So the game's picked up a bit of pace, which is good. So.
Well, we're back to 1 point, mate. So even though we think Robinvale...
So probably cop a bit more before the day.
Well, we'll move up away from them. Get down in the Mildura. The Mildura blokes are nice.
All thanks to Chemist Warehouse, Phil Cure down on the boundary line. Johnny Lee couldn't trap it, grandstand side. Got the heavy tackler in the head area.
Well, it was well done, actually, by both boys there, including Ethan Gill. And well, he went in head first, Lee. He wasn't shy, and as they test the strength there, two big bulls.
Oh, that is Greco-Roman wrestling if I've ever seen it, Pirate.
Yeah, it was, between the two big bulls.
Yep.
A little bit of respect shown on each side, though. That's a throw, comes out the back. Robinvale, was that? Matteo again.
Quarterback style once more.
Oh, that was well done by Mildura there. Yep. This is Who puts on the burners, kicks it down the line, looking for Kerridge. Going to get it out the back. Oh, stiff.
Yeah.
And when you look further down the ground, that would have been ideal for Kerridge to pick that up because the big boys won out again.
Yes.
How long do I
10.5 for SMGT, Damo.
1 point the difference, 10.5 minutes gone.
About to be thrown back in. Grandstand side, Lee and Glenn will go at it. Ball doesn't make the distance. Baxter's going to come out. Mensch comes out the back. Yeah, Baxter Bench comes out. Has a good score from Brody Jones.
Got that in the end.
Yep. Zach Leslie runs onto it. Good tackle from Josh Goss.
That was. Mildura's tackling just got a little bit better in the last couple of minutes.
He wrapped up Bench that time. Ball comes out there, flicked out there. Goss couldn't do anything with it. Wasn't expected to, I reckon. The meat ball went up and down off with an airing. Johnny Lees was thrown out there by Zach Leslie.
Ragdolled him.
It crashed him pretty hard.
Umpire let it go too.
Wackalubo's got over it. Ben Hurley slaps it back behind him.
Twice he's done that now.
It's pretty well done. Marcus Waddy runs on it to Matthew Cameron. He goes inboard.
Would have been really well done if they had the numbers.
Achilles.
Gee whiz, Achilles just took out
Nathan Nolan.
Yeah, Nathan Nolan shows the
and guess whose opponent hits the post?
Magro.
Yeah. So Nolan, while he's on the ground, is...
was the wrecking ball too today.
That was really great courage from Nathan Nolan.
Yep.
So Tyler Martin now plays on, takes a bounce from the full back line, comes up the middle sort of to Brody Jones. He's going to play on straight away. That's the centre wing.
Jesse Gorman doesn't knock all that flash either. He's still on the ground after that contest.
Is he?
Yeah, down the back.
Still sucking the big ones in, Pirate. 2 points of difference, 7-10, 52. Mildura, Robinvale, Euston, 7-12, 54 on the Ag Supply scoreboard. 12 minutes gone, thanks to SMGT. Kickstart your career.
Well, we're going to play another player on the deck over the other side with the umpires holding the game up. So someone's been hit in the head in a contest. It's up and about. So all players up and about now. We appreciate the 2 or 3 minute spell here. If I'm not mistaken, it's
Matteo.
No, well, with the ball.
Oh, not with the ball, the one coming off.
Mezzatesta's got the ball again. So between Matteo and Mezzatesta, they've had it on a string.
Yes, indeed.
They really have. They both played very, very good games.
Totally agree, Pirate. No argument here.
Take it about both men.
You don't want to lose Matteo at this stage, really, do you?
No. So we'll see whether Mildura can make advantage of it, but they don't have the football right now as we wait for the clearing off. Might be the blood rule, I think it is. It looks like it is. Just a bit of claret coming from the nose. So you should be able to shrug that off and be okay. No HIA required.
It's a good kick.
Oh, that's exquisite.
Straight. Ethan Gill's going to have a ping from here.
Well, he made the distance easily in the second term from a similar distance.
Well done,
on the run
test
up,
of that
though.
kick.
And the set shot with the breeze behind him.
Don't let soft inside the centre square.
That now.
Who's dropped off there?
Oh.
Well, John O'Lee was on the mark. Ethan Slater's got his hands out saying, I didn't do much wrong. Doesn't matter in the end.
That hurts you, doesn't it?
Well, the umpire's trying to explain it to Slater, I think. So I don't think it was against John O'Lee.
No.
And that's not 50 metres. He's put him at the top of the goal square.
Yeah, well, that's a Collingwood 50. 79.6.
Yeah, and prime time on Friday night.
Yeah, centimetres in this case, though. But in either way, this could be the ball game. I might call it now. Even though only 14 minutes gone for SMGT. Lack of discipline. Halfway through the final term. Might prove costly for the home side. It's a goal to Gill.
Missed it.
Was he? No, it's not a goal to Gill.
No, he did kick it. No, hang on. The umpires had to confer here.
Wait on.
Go to the replay.
Right on. They're still celebrating the Eagles. No, I mean, it's a subdued celebration. They're slapping hands.
Well, I can tell you one thing, that the central umpire cannot overrule the goal umpire.
No.
That's what the rules say.
So it's a re-roll. He's going to do it, and it's a goal.
You can't do
No, you can't do it. It just simply cannot do it.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
It's a tricky one. If it is a rule, I disagree with it.
Well,
if it's a rule, I don't.
Goal umpire's there for a reason.
That's right.
And it's Cole Robson, who's had 500 games.
And who would ever, question Cole Robson? And I mean that.
I think you can go down and say, hey, Robbo, are you positive it's a goal? And then he says, yes, I am. So, okay, all clear, it's a goal.
Yep. Which is how it should be, even if it is a rule the other way, which I'm with you, Pirate.
17.52, Robbo 8.12.60.
Shane Garraway has confirmed that with me on occasion when Phil Opie has tried to overrule.
Robbo Eagles, who attack again. Down camera, couldn't get out there that time. That was well done from Zarek. That's Zach DeRose at that time.
Oh, yep.
Braden Turner's going to get a fist of that in front of Dane Grace.
Beaten Slater, started goal there,
Turner. Slater, sorry, yep.
And to prove that they've still got plenty of run in the legs, Robinvale Euston, Turner with the follow-up as well to see it over the line, and he got massive meterage on Slater, who gave up on that contest after the spoil.
31 to 35 looks similar the other side. Rucks go out between Johnson and Lee down on the ground. That was Brendan Dew for the Demons, goes forward. Pecoraro's taking the mark. Don't discount him from kicking this.
Even against the breeze. There's Nealon now starting to cramp up a bit, holding his left, under his left knee there.
Hasn't really had the ball delivered to him the way he'd want this afternoon. He probably hasn't led quite as well as he should have either, but it's just been that sort of day. Max Keel's on the end of this.
Almost.
He's going to do well to get it. He's done well to get it. Back to Spencer Seaward. He's gone long. Braden Turner's in the box seat.
Nice.
Yeah, not the best kick you've ever seen, and to make things even worse for
Elijah Brown with a good smother.
They make it even worse for Mildura. We got your man Joe Matteo about to come back on.
Yep. See if he's got any taper on his nose.
That's it, Elijah Jones and Jules, fellas. That's it, Elijah Brown right in the family jewels. He went to run, he just couldn't.
Yep, stick the finger up, you're out. Clean bowl.
No, it did. He tried to chase him. No, I can't do it. He just... that was a good kick too. Rucks got it again, Lee, that time.
And you can start calling false 17 minutes for SMGT, Pirate.
So 17 minutes and the Eagles are up by 8 points.
Low scoring quarter.
Yeah, we're still well in it, but gee, there's a lot of players around the ball and the tackling's pretty fierce. But it's up Mildura's end.
They kick one
points. Now. Get one now and then get a clearance. Pecoraro in ruck. They hit it out towards the boundary. Well done. Taratlahu just kicks it straight out on the full.
Yep, straight into the juniors ground.
So a bit of relief there for the Eagles. Two pretty evenly matched sides, and that probably sounds like a silly thing to say with only 8 points in it, nearly halfway through the last, but certainly they are evenly matched.
Yep. So Waddy brings it away from Big Fly Hurley, and then 2 bites on the trip down as well.
Yep, mark of the day.
We're enjoying it this year so far. Let's pick every match.
I thought Nolan was going to take that off him then as he ran past, but he realised. Nathan Nolan realised what's going. He's not too well. Nathan Nolan he's still on the ground. Here's Pecoraro again. That was a mark. Crikey, umpire.
They're going to get a free kick anyway for a high over the shoulder. Slater will take it.
I've got the wrong bloke with it though.
He might end up with it though as he travels back to the goal line, but well, this could well keep Mildura in. I may have gone the early cry with the goal to Gill, only for ill-disciplined play, but they've erased that in a hurry, the Demons, since then. But
Gill's on the line here, so he knows what's going on. Ethan Gill.
Slater, a bit worried about the distance, so he pulled back on the kick. Oh, did Pecoraro get hands to it? I think he did he? No, it's Robinvale Euston ball. Free kick for over the shoulder to someone. Must be. I honestly thought Pecoraro had a good piece of it. Anthony Mezzatesu ended up with it, Damo, as he goes to the left-back pocket.
It was Arlu, yep. I think Max Kill gave away the free kick too.
Yep. And once more, Joseph Matteo with that football.
Well, that's a shocker.
Oh, it's got plenty of distance on it, though, which might help nullify it. As if it gets out the back, don't Mildura have the numbers out the back. And now here's Plugger Murphy. Dances on a dime and goes back towards Keel. Pecoraro and co. at the front. There's Meatball Mezzatesta. Hurried kick away. Utica just leaves it for Michael Zapier, and why not? Get it to the veteran. 150-plus games. And a squeezy kick, and that's courage personified yet again, sliding in for the mark. Despite the desperate efforts of Seward. And, wow, Mastasoni. Recalled from the reserves, a little sprinkle of senior experience, his 10th game overall, showing great courage as well there in the dying minutes as that goes towards Joseph Mezzatesso at the back of Johnson. Leaping for it there, D on camera, and he was a sitting duck though for Jones at the tackle, but Matty Camera there to save the day for his brother. Back into Johnson. Handball cut off by Jones. He falls to ground. Seward now shrugs off Utica. Jesus, hot in the furnace here. Waddy just misses that one. Junior got his head taken off but kept fighting on, as does Rogerson. Bullzomi involved with a good tackle, and he got some good support there too from Matt Camera. Tough stuff from both sides.
Should have been a free kick to Brendan Dew.
Yep.
8 points of difference. How long gone, Lou?
We are now into time on. 20 minutes for SMGT, Damo.
I used to lead by 8 points in the extra scoreboard. Mildura now, and it's going to be chopped off there.
Guess who?
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. He played a great game.
No, did Waddy get a touch on that? Yes, he did. Yep. Great leap that was too. For a very tired body in Marcus Waddy, and him and Baxter Mensch once again up there in the disposal count. Certainly Matteo has been. Talk about your best players today as we get a boundary thrown right in front of our commentary position in the beautiful Ray Hepworth building.
That wind's picked up, boys, too. Look at those flags. And it's all heading Romvale's way, as is Mezzatesta once again. But he's kicked it out the full, but he's...
got one for good measure, unless the lactic acid ran to the legs as he fell down, but...
Martin plays on.
He's up and okay.
Going to have to. He kicks it to the centre of the ground. It's going to be Matteo again.
That's probably going to set mark number 20. I wouldn't be exaggerating too much.
He certainly had it on a string.
He's got McLeod medal votes wrapped up easily, I think, for this game.
Well, the only one should challenge him, who's probably not going to really, is number 37 in my book. But ball's out there now with Baxter Mensch, I think.
He'd be good for at least one, Pirate, I reckon.
Now,
Antonio.
This bloke here...
And probably Achilles for two.
He could do anything, this bloke.
Played well, Pirate. Looks a class act, this Baxter Mensch.
Yeah. No, when you're the son of...
Well, he kicked that goal from out there before, which was ridiculous.
Yeah. You're the son of a bloke who had... the likes of Gary Ablett Sr. and Billy Brownless for teammates. You've got to have some good talent in you. As Baxter sits at the top of the square, Gill gets the front spot, couldn't take the mark. And when they're handballed back by Dean, oh, it's a hospital one. There's your ball game. Robinvale Euston have got it now. And I think it was Gill that ended up getting the ricochet handball back off Dean to slot through his third. And what a performance by the Eagles. And I'll tell you what, I'll go out on a limb and say great coaching performance by Donny Falvo and Vince Utica today.
Been pretty impressive. Well, yeah, that was been a pretty good game of football, but Mildura haven't been able to buy a goal, Pirate. 17-52.
Through their own fault.
Yep. Yeah, clear the forward line and leave the big boy down there on his own.
They lost it in the third quarter myself. They kicked, well, next to nothing. What did they kick?
I think they kicked 2 points, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. 3 points.
3 points.
So anyway, Louis reckons it's all over. 66-52, and the time clock says nearly 23 minutes. So he's probably he's probably right. They've certainly got the advantage end.
Robinvale's biggest lead now, 14 points.
Yeah, fair enough. As Rogerson gets a clearance, looking for Ethan Slater, but he's well beaten to it. Robinvale come back this way. Here's Baxter Mitch again.
Braden Turner's played well today, Pirate.
Yeah, I agree.
They've all done their jobs. Mick Zappia, who's got the ball now, he's done pretty well.
Yep.
This is starting to get towards junk time. Mick Zappia goes long down the line looking for Gill, but it's going to be a throw-in. Right in front of the, I think that's the interchange box, isn't it? No, that's the Robinvale coach's box. Geez, they're not real big, are they, the boxes?
Stayed pretty traditional, Brian Waitman over the years, Pirate, hasn't it?
They've got to tip them over when the horses are racing.
Yeah.
Apparently they scare the horses as they go past.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's why they certainly tip them over. You'd probably hear that wind through the effects mic now. It's definitely picked up as Martin misses it. But Martin hasn't been the worst for Mildura today either.
Well, either that or hopefully it's not Damo's guts.
We haven't got the effects mic going for it.
No.
How come I can hear the breeze?
No.
Well, I can.
I don't know. That's really weird. I heard it myself.
There it goes again.
Again, I thought that was in our contract to have an effects mic. Or shouldn't I say that out loud?
No, you just...
Could be Phil Kewer's mic. He might be still live, I think, out the boundary. But anyway.
Yep.
Right, there he is.
It is, isn't it? You're right.
Go ahead, mate.
There we go.
Go ahead, Phil.
Have a chat to us, Phil. What do you reckon? What's been the real reason Robinvale Euston will take the 4 points today? I think we know the answer, but anyway, you give it to us. Or maybe not. Maybe.
Oh, we can't hear you, mate.
Oh, I'm on. But, no, their pressure over the last quarter and a half has just been too much. So probably an interesting one. Mildura's not much of a bench for the last quarter or so. With a hamstring maybe halfway through that last quarter and hasn't returned.
There you go.
Not good news. All thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Phil Kew down there on the boundary line.
That's a huge out if that's...
And we are now for the junk time. It's got to be just about finished. That is the wind coming through Phil's microphone.
Yeah, well, I thought I was hearing it. I wasn't
not going mad,
making it up. No, not going any madder.
Beautiful again from Dion camera over the top of two Mildura opponents to Johnson into Joe Smith-Testa. Magaro surprisingly after 10 last week, only 2 behind today. Can he get one late? Puts the tackle on Gosman, but runs out of support though, and Mildura have the possession back with Brodie Jones at left half back, but they are pretty much next to out of time for SMGT. 25 and a half gone. Only 1 goal since half time for the Demons. Johnson there, got the fist in, then puts a tackle on Martin, loses the football. There is Antonio Mezzatesta once again. I'll put the nicknames away now because he has had a game and a half. And there is the final siren. Robinvale Euston with their list this year, decimated by the issues from last year with the points taken from them. Have gone back to basics with their recruiting. The out-of-towners can drive to training once a week, and they've proven that they will be still a force to be reckoned with in season 2025. Back to the 90s version of Robinvale Euston today, and they get a 14-point win. 9-12, 66 to 7-10, 52 to break their Brian Waitman Oval hoodoo against the Demons from the last few years.
I'm not so sure about the list being not that great, Louis. I reckon they've more than matched what they lost myself.
No, I didn't say the list is not great. I'm just saying they've gone back to basics with how they've recruited. They've gone for guys that can make the training now. Yeah. Sorry if I meant the other way. But no, definitely not. This is fantastic. They've probably got the best depth in the competition from mine, especially when you look at the reserve side.
Well, Magro didn't have his best day, but Waddy was very good. And what happened to Mildura there is they got out Mezzatested and out Mattioed.
Yeah, and out Panopoulos as well.
Well, he didn't do much after half time, Achilles, but
did damage in the first half with his
they were just a little classier, I think a little stronger and possibly a little fitter in the end. Robinvale. So Ethan Gill ended up with 3, and Achilles ended up with 4. So they're your major goal kickers on the day, and you all know who we reckon the 2 best players on the ground were: Matteo and Mezzatesta.
And the gluten-free Mezzatesta, who's proven that his pre-season has been all worth it. And tell you what, you can look at Mensch, you can look at Waddy and James Zappia and co in that midfield, Damo, but if you don't look at Antonio Mezzatesta, you're going to get hurt. He proved that today.
We better take a break. We'll be back here to put a wrap on today's action in just a minute.